And good evening and welcome to Ronnie Fowler Field as the Jackson Christian Eagles play their second game of the year against the St. George Griffins. And we'll tell you a little later about what a griffin is. It is a mythological animal, but this game is not mythological. Alongside of me tonight, the greatest color man in high school sports, Dave Wade, who also just happened to be a great official at one time. He could call everything, including a mumbly peg game. But you are listening on the Jackson Christian and watching on the Jackson Christian Facebook page, also listening on 93.1 and our radio station, and of course Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz. This is a TV show, and the pregame show is being brought to you by Great American Sports, and we want to thank Ben and Wesley and all the crew down there. And of course Dave and I are glad to bring you this game, and there are other games going on in the area we'll tell you about. Seabass and Chuck are up at Union City with USJ. Dave McCulley has TCA tonight. You'll love Dave McCulley, one of the veteran broadcasters, one of the greats of broadcasting around here. And, of course, the venerable one, Dan Hughes, and Terry Clement, who also has been an official himself, still calls, I believe, a little basketball. He gave up his baseball, though, Dave. Dave, glad to see you tonight. It's always a relief when Dave walks in the booth, not because he doesn't show up. That just means that you get to hear the finest in color commentary. What are you looking for tonight, Dave?
Well, I'll tell you, number one, it's really great to be back home at Ronnie Fowler. And for those that are listening and haven't had the pleasure of seeing this facility, it actually is beautiful. You've got pine trees lining complete the other side. As you come in, you are right smack in the middle of town, right next to the columns, but you would never believe it. Brand new tennis facility is down into the west end zone, and just the most beautiful AstroTurf or artificial turf or field turf, whatever they call it these days. But it's the newest, latest, and greatest thing. It is in great shape. Coach, the sun's going down a little bit. The game is scheduled to kick at 7:30, which is a little later than normal, but they do it because of the heat rule and the artificial turf that's out on this field, and it takes it just a little while to cool down. There are advantages, and I guess that would be the only disadvantages, that the field gets hot. But, hey, we're going to be ready to play at 7:30. Looking forward to a good game. I hope that we are able to keep the streak alive that we started. I guess one win is not called a streak, but I will hope we keep the Pistons firing, because they were hitting on all cylinders last week against North Point, and we come in and face a St. George team that is really they're fighting and needing a win extremely bad. So we're going to have to be on all cylinders tonight.
But, Dave, they are a bigger school than us.
Yes.
They are Division II AA. Second week in a row we've opened up with an opponent bigger, and they played well against Good Pasture last week. I know that they lost by 9, I believe it was, but they can run the football. They can throw the football. They've got a couple of linebackers that you'll tell them more about with some stats. One of them is a young man by named Tatesworth, but they say the wheel horse is Drake Gonzalez, so they've got two. I was looking at those stats, and let Dave hit you with a couple of stats about St. George's.
Well, you know, Tate Worth from St. George's, he's a senior. Worth had 95 tackles, 5 for losses, and an interception last year. And against Good Pasture last week, Tate from St. George's had 4 solo tackles, 11 assists, and so he's able to play the field. He has good left to right movement, and you know, I was able to see Good Pasture play last year in the opening game against USJ.
That was a 2019 game, wasn't it? 20-19, I think.
Yes, they ended up beating USJ, and that was a rescheduled game because of COVID had canceled. But anyway, you know, Good Pasture's no slouch, and when St. George goes on the road all the way up to the Nashville area and fights them to a 28-19 loss, that means that they're able to put some points on the board because Goodpasture is no slouch on defense.
You are absolutely correct, and that's the reason he is the best. He can tell you about all those. He's got some offensive stats for you, and we'll talk more about that. But let me remind you that any rebroadcast, retransmission, editing, or further use of this BallGame Blitz TV show without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios is strictly prohibited. This is a copyrighted broadcast. We're going to take our first time out, and when we come back, we'll talk about this game and others in West Tennessee. Let's take that time out.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Looking for a new and exciting career? At Jackson State Community College, we offer nationally recognized, top-rated programs designed to greenlight your career for success. With courses available in the health sciences, nursing, computer technology, and much more, your next step towards a career starts here at Jackson State. Learn how Jackson State Community College can greenlight your future at greenlightyourfuture.com.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Great American Sports, make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson, we specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports, make sports an addiction.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise, and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
If you work outside or in a facility with no AC, or you're just struggling with this year's heat wave, it can really take a toll on your body and health. At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we can help you recover with our Beat the Heat special for only $59. Call or visit us online today to set your appointment.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
It's time for the 4th annual Lifeline Car Giveaway.
And Joe Mahan Ford is proud to donate a car again this year.
Give blood with Lifeline between Memorial Day and Labor Day for a chance to win a 2019 Ford EcoSport. Join Lifeline
and Joe Mahan Ford and give blood this summer.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Buying a car is all about you. In person, over the phone, or online, we make it simple and easy. Our place is yours, no matter where you live. LonnieCobbFord.com or Lonnie Cobb Ford in Henderson, where cars really are cheaper in the country.
And we are back here at Ronnie Fowler Stadium. David Wade, Coach Joe Holloway. And I tell you what we're going to do. Let's remember some good moments from a big win over a very fine team in North Point Christian. We're going to throw it to our great crew. They're going to show you some replays of some of the highlights of last week's game. Two men in the backfield. Here's Boykin. He's pressured, hit afterwards, and it could be a touchdown, and it is. 21 yards. That looks like Cooper Banky. Touchdown, Jackson Christian.
As you look at this, Caden's going to come back. He takes the one step, puts the pump fake, then he throws it pretty much up. He takes a pretty good hit. The defensive back slips. Backers committed in, and we hit it. And now we got third down and just short yardage.
Third and short, looks like about two. Here's the handoff to Boyd, trying the right side. Cuts it up, breaks it back, breaks two tackles. Will he go? Give him 6. Cam Boyd from 5 yards out.
I tell you what, you'll see this on this replay right here. Unbelievable job of Boyd. Watch the moves that he makes. He takes it one here, cuts it back, comes in there, cuts it back again. Then he's going to go right. He sees it. He's got it. Joyous Jack.
Snap high, no rush. Will he even get it off, or will we're going to tackle him? We're going to have the football or either safety. It is a safety. And Dave checked for the number of the young man that hustled back there.
Yeah, we're going to look at this. I don't know if he hit the ground before he fumbled. So we're going to look at a replay here. He's in the end zone. That is a fumble and is recovered by Jackson Christian. That should be a
little behind, about 22.
Yeah.
22 plus the 10 of the end zone, 32. The kick is long enough. It looks like the goalpost disappeared. It is good for a 30-yard field goal. Zach's got the leg. This one at an angle. It's spotted on the right hash mark. Snap looks pretty good. The kick is up. It looks like it disappeared between the goalposts. It is. It's good from 30 yards out. A Zach Cisco field goal at the 11:49 mark. And that's in the fourth quarter. We're going to watch it one more time, Dave.
And it's just perfect.
And we're going to take a timeout with that footed kicker like Zach Cisco. But remember, three things have to happen. The snap has to be good, the hold has to be good, and then it's up to the kicker to keep the chin down, the head down, and kick through it. Hit it on the sweet spot. They almost blocked it, and I think it's going to be no good. Oh, it is good. Lost it on. Let's see the replay on that one.
They're going to catch it, and you're going to see, you got to hand it to the guys here. Look at the snap. Perfect hold. Kick. Directly through. Good job by the line. I'm telling you. What a.
And great replay work by our camera crew, and, of course, our two great, lovely, we've got the loveliest crew. Maybe we'll even include Gary in that, too, that does the games, and they brought you those replays. And, David, all three of Zach Cisco's field goals were over 30 yards. Now, some people had a guy argue with me during the week at one of our local eating establishments. Those aren't 30-yard field goals. They put the ball down close to the 20-yard line. There's 10 yards in the end zone to account for, isn't there, Dave?
Yeah, and I think they started that. When did they move it back? Was it in the late 60s or early 70s?
Well, they moved the pros back after the high school. When I played in high school, the goalposts were on the end line. I was there in 67, 68, and 69.
You know, you'll see the old professional, and of course it was up on the goal line itself. But as far as I've been, it is 10 yards deep, and that does add to the field goal. You get credit for that 10 yards. They don't take that away from you, so. Pretty much, it's a very simple thing. When you see the ball and the holder where he is sitting, if he's at the 22, add 10, it's a 32. If he's at the 40, add 10, it's a 50.
Yeah.
Very simple. Use your 10s, add it together, and there's your distance of your field goal.
Absolutely. And this is on Jackson Christian's Facebook page. We've had a lot of people ask. It'll be there. You can also, later on tonight, if you want to see it again, and a lot of people have rewatched the situation with Zach's three field goals. That's Zach Cisco, who takes lessons from James Wilhoit. But we had a touchdown catch by Cooper Banke that you saw. And then, of course, Cam Boyd, who runs like a bull of a watch or one of those fancy Rolexes or something like that. You know, it's tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. And he a strong young man who broke the plane of the goal and broke some tackles. He scored a touchdown. We had a safety in that contest, and everybody contributed. We will remind you of this. We would like to tackle just a hair better. Dave, what's Jackson Christian got to do to win this game?
Well, we got to control the line of scrimmage. I mean, once again, that's the guys that eat first, and that's what you want. The ones that go to the meal table first, and that's Aiden Childers, Dalen Deloach, Eli Gray, Chilton Smith, and Joey Carr. Those are the ones that have got to control that line of scrimmage. And we've just got to execute what we're going to do. We're going to run a variety of sets and a variety of plays. We do like to get outside, and we're bottom line, coach, is get the ball in the hands of our playmakers and let them do what they do. We don't have to score quick. It'd be nice to just take a few drives and get down. And we've already talked about a tremendous weapon that the minute that we cross over that 35-yard line. We start thinking about it. We get inside that 25-yard line, and we're going to get points, or we're going to attempt points one way or the other.
Absolutely, and I believe that you need to tell them about what defense, because now this St. George's team is pretty good. They are coached by Andre Lott, the former NFL and UT player. We are coached by Darby Palmer, who played his college ball over at Harding University.
Yes, and they do have a good defense. They held good Pastor, who's got a fantastic offense, to 28 points, and quarterback Chase Sutton is right now. We're going to kind of take a second, for the national anthem. Coach, you want to lead them to it?
Yeah, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, David will finish what he was saying about North Point, and we'll have football.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Lifestyle Vision, located at Thompson Farms, offers patient-centered comprehensive eye exams. Select your new look with our latest styles from exclusive brands. Come see us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Looking for a new and exciting career? At Jackson State Community College, we offer nationally recognized, top-rated programs designed to greenlight your career for success. With courses available in the health sciences, nursing, computer technology, and much more, your next step towards a career starts here at Jackson State. Learn how Jackson State Community College can greenlight your future at greenlightyourfuture.com.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Great American Sports, make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports, make sports an addiction.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson. Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Back at Ronnie Fowler Field for a great big non-region contest between two teams that met last year, 24-20. Jackson Christian, the single-A 2A school, came out of it and with a win. And, of course, the bigger school is the St. George's Griffins. Dave, a couple of more quick points about that, and then it'll be time for you to give starting lineups.
Well, St. George, is a school that has been around for a while. Obviously, you've heard the name head coach Andre Lottie, 17-22 in 4 years at St. George's. He is blessed with some good assistant coaches, David Stooksbury, Andrew Atkins, Davis Pettigrew, John Carter Hawkins, and Chuck Bowler. I know Chuck, he is a fantastic guy, and David Stooksbury is the offensive coordinator. Andrew Atkins is the defensive coordinator. I'm going to give you a name that a lot of you will know in the West Tennessee area. The name is Ken Netherlands. If that name sounds familiar, that's because he was the mainstay at Germantown High School for many, many years. I got the honor of coaching with Ken when I was 2 years out of high school. I coached the 8th grade team at Germantown, and Netherlands had a program that was unbelievable. The reason I mentioned Ken's name in this is he is the winningest coach in the program history at St. George's. His record was 52-19 from 2005 to 2010. St. George's coach has been a mainstay in that private division for a long, long time. Now, they have fallen off for a couple of years, and then now Mr. Lott has come back into it. He has rejuvenated a program. It is hard to get these kids in Memphis because you've got so many. You've got Christian Brothers, MUS, Briarcrest, CCS, St. George's, North Point, FACS. So they're actually in a rebuilding year, but at the end of the day, this is going to be a team that is going to end up being well coached, and we're going to have to execute to be able to get through it.
And coming out for us, Dave will give you the St. George's players, but number 72, Dalton DeLoach, is out there. Wyatt Jones wearing number 7. Number 13, Cooper Banky, and, of course, the fine little running back, Cam Boyd, is wearing number 3.
And for St. George's, you have number 7, Jordan Thomas, number 12, Huffman Smith, quarterback number 13, Chase Sutton, and the big lineman who is just a little bit out of sight will be number 68, Walker Hawkins.
Dave, you're on the call of the toss tonight, and whichever way St. George's comes out, I'll let you give their starting lineup, then I'll do the Eagles starting lineup.
And as we go through here, the referee and crew tonight, the white hat will be David Harris, umpire Monlo Hodge. As the coin goes up, I'll finish that in a second. Obviously, they're looking at Jackson Christian, so it looks like that they're going to defer, or wait a second.
They always take the football.
Yeah, they're fixing to take the football.
There might be people passing out if Jackson Christian doesn't take the football.
St. George's is pointing which goal they want to defend. So you're about to see him cradle his arms. Bingo. Jackson Christian is going to take the football. The Griffins will be kicking off from the west end zone, going west to east. And, Coach, it's almost football time.
It is, and what we'll do now is very quickly, starting at quarterback for the Eagles tonight, number 12, Gage Boykin. Cam Boyd wearing number 3 will be at the running back spot. Number 11, Austin Kelly, is a wide out, but he can double at quarterback. Jay Mosley, that's Jalen Mosley, but that's what he's got on our starting lineup list. Wears number 23, and the other wide out is Cooper Banky. Aiden Childers, Dalton DeLoach, Eli Gay, Chilton Smith, and Joey Carr. They did a great job last week in the interior line. There were a couple of things they wanted to work on. The coaches did. Here's David with the starting defense for the St. George's team.
I'm going to get this. I think I'm going to get this right on the front line for the Griffins. You'll have 64, Jake Green, 65, Luke Grant, number 60, Denton Smith. That's your front line. And on the corners, you're going to have number 72, Dan Crutcher, number 29, Braxton Boyd. And in the backfield, you're going to have number 7, Jordan Thomas, number 1, Jake Stewart, number 12, Huffman Smith, and at the linebacker positions, Hayden Reed and Justin Bordeaux.
And if there are any mistakes on that, we read what the coaches gave us.
Thank you.
Andre Lott was very kind to send us his lineup, and, of course, Darby Palmer every Friday communicates with me, and we get that going. We'll tell you more about these two teams as we go along. But
Coach, I'm going to give you real quick. I started on this. Is your referee and crew tonight will be your white hat is David Harris, umpires Monlo Hodge. Your head linesman will be Floyd Flippin. The line judge on our side of the field will be Josh Grant, and your back judge is Cedric Wilson. Very, very, very experienced crew as we've got right here for this ball game. So looks that we're set up to play some good football tonight.
Absolutely. And the pregame was brought to you by Great American Sports. The replay sponsor is Mitchell's Body Shop. Check these corner logos out and thank these people. Jackson State Community College, Dynamics Physical Therapy, Jones Chevrolet, and the Blacksmith Restaurant. The scoreboard sponsor is Thompson and Smith, and let's hope we light it up a few times tonight. Other advertisers are Aloha Pool, Southeastern Termite and Pest Control, Elite Dental, McCoy's Heating and Air, Hub City Deli, Alive Hydration and Spa, Lifeline Blood Services, and Kaufman's Furniture, Arrington Funeral Home, Bank of Jackson, King Jewelers, Lonnie Cobb Ford, Nest Realty, Snookums Restaurant, and, of course, Lifestyle Vision. And what a great bunch.
St. George's, that live drip. That is some good stuff.
Yes, if you are wore out, tired, anything, you need to get that. Jalen Mosley, deepest to receive. 2 men up in front of him. One of them will be Elijah DeMoss. And we'll pick up the kicker here in a moment.
Kicking is going to be Britt Ferguson.
Yes, he is a left-footed kicker, so the ball spins just slightly different. You focus a little more to catch it. And we are just about, it's football time here in Jackson, Tennessee. He starts forward, holds up. And no, folks, that's not a violation when they start like that.
No, they actually have not heard the whistle because the play clock is not running.
And now the kickoff. This one a short one coming down at the 30, and the whistles blow, and I think we're going to do it again.
Well, they're going to call delay a game, and they're going to move them back 5 yards. I don't think that that's what we need to be doing right here. The play clock never started, and on a kickoff, just like anything else, Coach, you have a certain amount of time, and that play clock should have started, and it should have been going. I think they're going to move it back as they should.
I think maybe they're going to let them have a re-kick.
That is exactly. Well, back in our day, what did we call it? That's a do-over.
Do-over, yeah.
It hit the power line, Coach.
Do-over sounds better, yeah. Anything that happens, do a do-over in volleyball sometimes. 40 seconds actually on the play clock, and they'll check them again. And Jack Collins fielded that one, but he may get another opportunity. Now, Jalen Mosley has cheated up a little bit. Now, watch the young kicker, 33, kick in warm-ups. He is a senior, but I'm not sure he's been their kicker all of the last 4 years, though.
No, and referee David Harris had to go over there and talk to Mr. Lott and let him know what's going on. Whistle blows. I think we're ready now.
Here we go. And again, another short one aiming at Jack Collins. Jack will field it right on the 20, come up. He's to the 30, across the 30, the 35. He's going to break a tackle, get to the 40, the 45, the 50, and into St. George's territory. Jack Collins, the speedster from the baseball team.
R.J. Sims was the one that ended up making the tackle. So we go to the replay. He makes a great move to the inside right there, punches it out, breaks that tackle right there, and R.J. gets him down from behind. Great starting position for the Eagles.
And that's the 49 of St. George's that we start on. We always come out. Gage Boykin, who had a good game, threw a touchdown pass last week, sending Mosley in motion. He goes left. Now, they got him in the backfield, and it's going to be about a 6-yard loss there. Fine defensive play. I know 12 was one of those in on it. That was Huffman Smith.
Yeah, that's a two-handed pitch that we've got. It looks like an option when it starts off, but the quarterback actually pushes the ball to the running back. We're trying to get outside. Their defensive end did a fantastic job of stringing that out and using the sidelines as that 12th and 13th defender on defense.
Banky and Mosley to the right, the single receiver to the left. They pull the guards. This is Boyd. He's wanting to bounce it outside. Watch him move, and this time a nice lock-up tackle by number 4 on that one for them. And a good job making the tackle. I think that's R.J. Sims.
Yeah, R.J. Sims seems to be all over the field right now. He's coming from that defensive back position, and we're trying to hit outside. We've tried the left all the way. We've tried the right all the way. Right now we cannot beat them to the corner, and they've done a good job of holding us and got us behind the sticks.
3rd and 11, possession down, the ball on our own 39, strength of the formation to the left. Sprinting left is Gage Boykin. Good penetration by them, just over and a hand on it, but not enough to pull it in. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, we'll see this right here. We get a little bit of pressure on the quarterback, and what happens there is it's a total bust on the line of scrimmage, and he just was running for his life. Never could get the foot set, and great field position, Coach, but we go backwards a yard from where we started, or actually 2. Not the way you want to start for the Eagles.
No, not against a team that's bigger, has more people to choose from, and some quickness beyond compare. Ball bounces back. Cisco handles it, low line driving kick. It'll bounce and roll, and he's going to get a good roll. Down, and it's going to come back at us.
Yeah, that's
17.
Yeah, 17, and that's a really good deal. Look at this snap as we go to the replay low. He fields it like a first baseman taking it. Does get it away very well. It takes our good bounce and then gets sideways. You know what? That's a good job of getting that inside the 20, Coach, on a bad snap.
Absolutely. Give the punter credit for handling that one. 33-yard kick, no return. St. George's will start first. Actually, it's been placed on the 18-yard line. So their first drive is their own 18. And they bring receivers to the right and left, 2 to the left of the formation. There's a wing back or H-back over there, and they're going to go with the run. Running into the middle, and that's a tough middle. It might be a pickup of one. And they've got a big line to go against our line. Now, we've got one that has to come out because the helmet popped off.
Yeah, we get a helmet that's popped off on number 56, and that's Hudwin Neubauer, and he's got to leave the ball game. But good job by that front right there, getting in there. Big number 71, that's Cedric Anderson, plugged that hole and made him go left to right and for no gain, actually a gain of 1.
Yeah, a gain of 1, even though the chart doesn't show that. This time breaking into the secondary and a first down, the initial first down, the running back Jaden Smith, and he is tough.
Yeah, it's a good job right there by their offensive line. They open that hole. You'll see him going off the right tackle here. They blow the hole open, and he hits it hard and fast. Boom, he's through, back into the secondary, and we make a good tackle. First down, the Griffins.
Yep, that one by run. Now they bring the speedster out there that played such good defense to the left of the formation. Here's motion. It won't be the jet sweep. There's some movement. I think their interior line may have moved.
Yeah, we're gonna have illegal procedure against the offensive line. I think it was the left side that just kind of got a little bit antsy there, and didn't wait. Came out of the stance a little early. Called over here by Cedric Wilson, or actually Mr. Grant. On our side, and so, Coach, now we got them behind the sticks.
Yes, Amir Wilson comes to this side, a guy you need to keep an eye on, Jake Seward wearing number 1. He's in the slot. He'll match up, it's like with Mosley, with Elijah Moss being the free safety on this side. We'll pick up somebody out of the backfield. Now they bring their blocking back over to this side. Try the left side, and there's a hole you can drive a Mack truck through across the 35 down to about the 37-yard line.
You know, that you could see exactly what they're going to do. They're spreading this field out, and then they're going to pop it off tackle. Here they do the same thing they did last. They're going to go to the left right here. Boom, look at that hole. You're right, Coach. Couple of trucks and a taxi cab getting through there, and he gets a lot of that lost yardage back.
18 yards for Jaden Smith. He wears number 22. Now, several of the plays they've had the speedster from the defense, number 4 in there, Sims. I don't see him now. We'll check and see if he's lining up on the interior. But, again, they bring – technically that's like having 3 receivers to the left of the formation. The ball's back. They're going to throw a pass. We get some pressure. They had us beat that time then. Jack Collins on the coverage, but they overthrew.
And you're right. And we got a mismatch out there right now. Not really a mismatch, but Justice Ingram Grinsley is being done by Jack Collins. He's being covered. And if you'll look at this ball, it's thrown just a little bit long, Coach. But we've got about a 4 or 5 inch difference right there in the height of our defensive back versus the receiver that he is going out on every time. So look for that play to happen a couple of more times tonight.
Absolutely. 3rd and about 3. Handoff. Good lean, and it'll be close, Dave. I think he may be short, though.
Yeah, coming in right here, it looks like he's going to come up about a half yard short. And once again, we have lost a helmet on it's Joey Carr that keeps losing his helmet. We're going to have to figure out a way to keep that thing on.
Get some super glue. Now, are we checking spot or what?
Yeah, it looks like, they're backing it up, Coach. They're going to pull the chains out, and right now.
And even if you don't make it, I think it's a good thing that the coach asked for a measurement.
Yeah, and you know, they come out, and we're going to get a good close-up look at this as we get down in there on it. As they pull it tight, we'll be seeing that it is going to be short.
And they'll go for it because they were going for it anyway. I can tell you right now that their coach felt like it is now officially 4th down. And they are going to go for it, Dave. I don't think they're punting.
Yeah, and very well. I mean, you know, they haven't been stopped on that off tackle. It would surprise me if you see the ball in the air, but what you might see, Coach, is some kind of fake on that off tackle, and the quarterback, who's definitely an athlete, Chase Sutton, keeping it himself.
He could. Let's see how they go. It's a power formation. Looks like the old Notre Dame box. And they're going to hand off 2 blockers in front. And good penetration. That is number 5, one of their muscle running backs.
Yeah,
And,
Drake Gonzalez, they just pretty much said, here we come, fellas. We're coming right at you. And they did. That a long time ago. I didn't see, a lot of the box that Notre Dame used to run, but, man, there are a whole lot of people in that backfield close together right there.
It really did look like you can't shift like you could in those days. Now, the official has an official's timeout, I thought, for a minute. Isn't that the proper signal for that?
Looked like the chains are all –
bet they got tangled up.
Yeah, it's going to take a second. What's the word I want to use? They are combobulated. That's pretty good, ain't it?
That's pretty good. That's better than saying discombobulated.
Discombobulated?
Yeah.
Okay.
The electronic. Has anybody ever gotten shocked with the electronic down marker?
I don't know. That's when I looked over there first today, that was the first time that I had noticed that it is an electronic down marker.
As an official, which one do you like better?
It don't matter. As long as I keep it right, it is definitely okay.
Clock is wound. 40 seconds, and it's running. It started about half step late. Stretching it, and strength to the right of the formation. There goes RPO this time. Sutton trying to get outside. He's pursued. Got to come up. He's got good yardage. Makes one man miss, and looks like it's going to be a first down.
Yeah, he did a good job right there of finding the open field. There was nobody open, and he just absolutely took it to the open spot on the field and was able to get down and get that first down. There's a very talented team that is, there's athletes on that field.
And, Dave, I'll go ahead and say it. People may not like me telling the truth, but they're quicker than we are.
Oh, yeah.
A stack to the right with the wideouts. The power back, they'll send him in motion. He's a H-back or a blocking back. They're going to go straight up the middle. And this time they'll get a couple of tough yards. Spinning was the running back, Jaden Smith. And we'll see where they spot the football.
Yeah, and you'll see this go right up the middle here. And number 58, we're going to see a really good tackle by Joey Carr as he gets the play, comes up, fills the gap, spins off of it, and makes a very good tackle. But right now, Coach, it is a big-time running advantage for St. George's as they're getting 3 and 4 yards a clip.
They're winning at the point of attack right now, and we've got to get some penetration or stalemate. Bringing the blocking back to this side. They'll send a man in motion, jet sweep coming. They fake it and go back up the middle. That was a good fake on it. They made it look. But there's Chilton Smith for one. Who's the other man wearing number 55 for us?
Yeah, 55 is Eli Craig.
Yeah.
And watch this from the Mitchell's replay here, Coach. We blow up the line of scrimmage right here. They run the fake, and they come back to it, and we have absolutely done our job. Stayed at home. Everybody's got a place to be. Be in your place, and that's exactly what happens. And hats off right there to big number 70, Charlton Smith, who did exactly what he was supposed to do, blew the play up.
Chilton had a big sack last week at halftime.
How do you pronounce that?
Chilton, I believe.
Chilton, okay. I'm sorry if I get it wrong. I'm sure we'll find out.
3rd and 7 from the 41. It's a pass play. Sutton cranks the javelin up, throws one over the middle, completes it. It's a first down. A nice tackle by Jack Collins, but a big gain for the first passing first down.
Yeah, Justin Ingram Grimsley, as you'll see on the Mitchell's Body Shop replay, he sets his feet, throws it, and hits a perfect gap. We were actually in a good defensive set right there. Good pass, good catch as they get the ball down inside the 25-yard line.
17-yard pickup, 4th first down. First one by the pass. We see Seward in the slot to this side. A very good wideout, and right now they have just taken the ball straight down the field. They're at our own 24. Here's the handoff to Smith, and he is tackled, and you can see 23, who is Jordan or Jamez. I'll get his name right.
Yeah.
Jamez Jordan.
And,
nice blocking.
It is. It's they're able to get inside right now, and they're turning us. You said they were faster. They're also bigger on the front.
Yes, they are.
We have to get to our spots a little faster right now because they're turning us in the spots that they want us turned, which is opening the holes for these athletic backs.
And that's saying something we have a big man, Cedric Anderson, on our nose tackle. now I hear the whistle blow, and I believe that's illegal procedure, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, it is, and they're going to claim that he was stepping back off the line to go in motion, but he simulated the snap. You can't come out of there real quick and say that I was going in motion. That's just not the way it works. So the simulating the snap is going to be the call right there. Illegal procedure, loss of 5.
And second one of those penalties that we've had. We had a delay of game. Now, I don't understand the second and 13 deal, though. Tight end switches sides. He's to the left of the formation. Again, the handoff to Smith. Smith breaks over that left side. His left tackle gave him a good block. He hit it hard, and he's going to have another or be close to a first down.
Yeah, we got a flag in the Mitchell's Body Shop replay. We're going to see that they moved a man over. They're going to take it on the left side, Coach. He comes through, and as he comes through, you're going to get a hold right there at the very end of that play. So it wasn't a first down. They're going to get the same down over, but they're going to back it up 10, and it looks like it's going to start from the –
Well, is this flag back here on the hole? Because I saw 2 flags down there.
So they're going to mark it from the 23, and they're going to go back 10 yards. So we should be right at about the 33, 34-yard line.
The 5-yard illegal procedure penalty, though, was not marked off, I didn't think, properly. But that's my thinking. The officials are trying hard. Now, David Harris's case, I remember when this young man played football and basketball for the Orange Vols of the elementary league in the city a long time ago, and then went on, I believe, to be a fine offensive lineman at JCM.
Yes, he was. And for those who don't know, that is Dr. David Harris.
Yes.
A doctor of veterinarian services, and he takes care of my kitty.
That's right. Trips right. One back in the backfield, Smith. Sutton's passing all the way. Pressure comes up the middle, but he gets away. This young man can run, too. He runs, gets across the 20 down to about the 18.
Yeah, we're going to end up, look, we've got to stay in our places. As you can see, he sits back in the pocket, and as it collapses, a little bit of holding right there may not have been called, but I'll tell you, when we get a chance to lay some wood on him, we've got to put them shoulder pads on him and make him not want to pull that ball down.
You have to have a disciplined rush and stay in your lanes, don't you, Dave? And you can't take his fakes because this young man's kind of like Cam Boyd. He has more moves than a hula girl.
Yeah, and a lot of people will always say, rush the quarterback, we got to make a sack. No, you've got to stay in your lane and not give him any way to get out as you're pushing back towards him.
Big 3rd and 5 with the blocking back or H-back to the left of the formation. They're going to try Smith again. They pulled a guard guy out in front of him. He should be short of the first down, but to be honest with you, I'd go for it.
Yeah, I guarantee you by that call, there is no question that they were going to go for this. So they're bringing in their big package as big number 17 comes in the ball game. That is Tate With. He's a senior. Is a big body, and on that play call, they were planning on going on 4th down. So here we go. Big stop right here would mean a lot.
Well, I'm not sure their kicker's range is enough for them to even attempt a field goal from here. You got 2 blockers in front. You got a tailback, not quite the box they had a while ago, and now they send a man in motion, and it's just going to be Sutton on the keeper, and he's got it and more. And there was a hole again. You couldn't drive a Mack truck through with a Volkswagen would have fit through it.
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna look at here is they know exactly what they want. They're at the lead is right there, number 13, and he's going to take it and just immediately get in behind number 17, who's blown it wide open, and get the 1st and goal from the 10. Now, this is a good 1st and goal for us, Coach.
Yeah.
Ball is just touching the 10, so they have to stick it in.
They cannot get a first down. David is 100% correct. Sutton in the backfield, along with Drake Gonzalez. Drake got speed. They're going to stay with their jumbo or power package. They send Gonzalez in motion. Sutton's going to start towards it, and the tight end came off, and we were focused on the run. It's a 10-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, it's the same thing that they did on the very last play to get the first down. At the bottom line to this is that they're going to fake it out here. We've got to give him some respect there, but he just pulls up, and the tight end is wide open in the end zone, and that is a Parker McLean touchdown pass coming from Chase Sutton to put the Griffins up 6-0.
And with that, they do lead 6-0. They bring on the senior extra point man, Brett Ferguson, is what I have on my roster. The left footer's kick is up. They will wait the referee signal. It says it's good. And St. George's leads 7-0. Let's take a timeout here on the Worthy Road and Jackson Christian Network.
Football looks fun. I bet I would have been great at it. The first football playing Deer, they would have made a movie about me and everything. Probably get Kurt Russell to play me. But alas, me and my dreams run right over again.
For fast, reliable collision repair, trust the experts at Mitchell's Body Shop. And get back out there.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
St. George's leading 7-0 after a long, sustained drive, only 47 seconds left. Again, the short kickoff headed towards Jack Collins at the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40. He gets slowed up, he gets across the 45. He got great field position. But, Dave, last time we did not get a first down out of it.
Yeah, and Coach, we started at the 50 last time. We're at the 49 this time. And all bets are off right now. All surprises are done. We know what they're going to put in front of us. They know what we're putting in front of them. Now it's time to execute. The Eagles, this is a big drive for them.
It sure is. Daniel Green, the tight end to the right of formation. Boyd and Boykin in the backfield. Trips left. They fake to Boyd. They throw across the middle. Got Cooper Banke. Cooper Banke is tackled, spins forward, and it depends on where they say his knee touched the ground if it's a first down or not. It should be, though.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it's a fantastic job right there. And as a quarterback, we end up setting up and getting it really, really, really good as far as into the gap, and first down, Eagles.
Banke with his first catch, Eagles' first down. It's a pass play. Here's the pitch to Boyd. Boyd's got one blocker, needed two, but he makes something anyway. Gets down close to the 30-yard line, so close to a 9-yard pickup.
Well, and that's a good job by Boyd, and it's going to end up getting us in good, manageable situation. First time we've gone outside and been successful, Coach.
It really is, and that helps a whole lot. It's 2nd and 1. That's Boyd's 13th yard, 2 carries for 13 yards. And time has run out at the end of the first quarter. St. George leads 7-0. Let's take a timeout.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, we realize there are more than enough things to worry about on a day-to-day basis. With our new 10-year all-inclusive package, your home comfort doesn't have to be one of them. For one low monthly payment, you can purchase a brand new York unit with full maintenance and repair coverage for 10 years with approved credit. No hassle, no stress, just complete coverage for your comfort and convenience. Contact McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com to schedule your free new AC estimate today.
We are back. David Wade, Coach Joe Holloway here, calling the Jackson Christian St. George's game from Ronnie Fowler Stadium on the beautiful campus of Jackson Christian School. Had 2 golfers. We'll tell you more about that at halftime. Signed scholarships earlier this week. Both teams come out. Jackson Christian has the ball. It is 2nd and a long 1 or a short 2, David. They've got 2nd 2 on the scoreboard. That's more like a long 1 right there.
Yes, it is. Here we go.
Now, they nearly drew them off, or did they break the neutral? They did. The yellow handkerchief has come out.
Well, I think they're going to get an illegal procedure on our end over here, number 13. He just got a little quick jump in it.
Us.
Yeah, if Cooper, Brad, or Maggie doesn't jump right there, we get them. But he did take that little move forward, and they're always going to get the offense first.
And now a 5-yard penalty on Jackson Christian, and that makes it 2nd and a long 7 now.
Yeah, we were manageable, and we still are, and we've got our wide side over here. I love that little seam route that finds that hole.
Absolutely. Looks like you're playing with a cover 2 type, not a Tampa 2, but a cover 2 defense here. We'll check and make sure we're right about that. Fake to Boyd. There's the quick out to Mosley. He dances. I don't think, is he going to get the first down? The stakes went down and crashed, but he could have gone out short of the first down.
Yeah, I think we're going to be just a little bit short of the first down, but good job right there of getting the ball to. And instead of making a move right there, we got to know where we are on the field, and we've got to get immediately into it. Coach, I believe we're going to be maybe the nose of the football short. Once again, they took out the chain crew over there, and so they're going to have to fix it. Floyd's having a rough day over there.
Absolutely, and the player was tougher than the chain. Now, usually there's either a backup pole or a whole backup chain situation.
Yeah, they usually do. They have it, and I tell you what, they're taking a good look at this right now. I don't think they're going to move the football. I think they're going to bring the chains out and take a little bit closer look at this. Now, because the ball is actually –
that chain looks like a limbo man. Now, one of our players thinks it's a first down, but I don't know that the officials agree.
No, if we see that there, it changed to 3 right there. So, yeah, we're going to be in a really short yardage. We got 2 plays to get this, and I guarantee you that we know
we don't
that.
go under center. We've got a blocking back to the left. Boyd is now we switch and put the blocking back to the right. Here's the handoff to Boyd. Boyd will make it with change to spare, driven back by number 27, Justin Bordeaux.
Yeah, good job on that as Boyd comes in. He makes that little dead leg move as he reaches the line of scrimmage. He comes in and he banks it and just gets that first down, punches it through. I'm telling you, this drive right now is extremely important, and we're doing a really good job of play calling.
Must put points on the board, and believe it or not, we are actually in Zach Cisco's range right now. It would be a 40-something yarder, but we've got 4 downs to do something. Here's the pass to Mosley. They played it, read it. He made something out of nothing then.
Yeah, you want to see somebody, like you just said, make something out of nothing. You're about to see it because it's one-on-one, mano-a-mano out there. And as a throw comes out, he's going to be able to catch it. There they go standing up, and then he makes the move and is able to get 4 yards out of what was nothing.
Now, Dave, what could be set up, and I'm not as familiar with the playbook as I was last year, you could pump the thing and throw and do – it wouldn't be called a stop and go, but you could fake that and then have him take off.
Have him release, yes.
Make the man commit on him. Here comes Gage with the option. He shoots one out here to Mosley. Mosley's got a guy one-on-one. He's holding on for dear life at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, what a great job by Jake Stewart. And I'll tell you, watch this play as he gets one-on-one. Good read right here, and he gets it to his athlete right here. Bang, and he's out in the open, one-on-one. Good tackle to keep him from getting that first down, putting us in a 3rd and 7 here, Coach. I do like the little seam pass.
Yes.
That we get up in that corner.
I think that's the reason they changed coverages a while ago. Mosley's to the left, a slot to the right, and now we've drawn them off. And Gage Boykin is good, and he's got a nice voice to give that hut and get you going.
Boy, I tell you what, and that barking will get you, especially in a situation where you know your defense is just itching to get off the line and get a play going. And what a great, fantastic call. We used to call that no play.
Yeah,
we didn't have a play call.
No play timeout.
Yeah, we're going to call timeout if we don't get it. Great job by Boykin getting them to jump.
Now it's 3rd and a very manageable to it. The 10:03 mark you see on the Thompson and Smith scoreboard. There's a hot pass, or what I call a hot pass. Cooper Banky's got it down inside or right at the 5, just over the 5-yard line. Excellent execution.
Execution of a great play. Look at this, Coach. He comes straight up and gets the ball. We're going to fake it to Boyd. Boom, step one here, hit the tight end, or the flanker coming across the middle, and he drives it down to the 5-yard line. Great play call.
And that brings it up. That's 1st and 5, or 1st and goal is the proper way to say it. They give to Boyd. He's got somebody out in front of him. Boyd spins. He takes the tackler into the end zone. Touchdown, Jackson Christian at the 9:32 mark.
Yeah, what an answer that we've got coming as far as this. And he takes the snap right here, gives it to Boyd. We just follow the left side of the line, and he opens the hole, sees it, gets into the end zone. Great job on a drive that was definitely needed.
Absolutely. And we started that one on our own 49. So a 51-yard drive. Zach Cisco on. Kelly to hold. The snapper's wide. Jones. The snap looks good. The kick is up. The officials will give us a signal. They say it's good, and it's tied up at 7-7. Let's take a timeout on Jackson Christian School football on Worthy Road Studios.
At Alive Hydration Drip Spa, we offer top-of-the-line IV nutritional therapy, which has a wide variety of health benefits, from immune system boosters and skin care, fatigue, energy, and even hangover relief. You can be sure we have an IV blend that's right for you. All of our blends are administered by one of our experienced nurses in a spa setting to ensure you leave feeling re-energized and refreshed. Give us a call or visit our website to book your appointment today. We have what it takes to make you feel alive again at Alive Hydration Drip Spa.
And we are back. Jackson Christian Facebook is the place to pick this up right now. David's got some quick scores before the kickoff.
Quick scores in our area. Lake County 8, Obion County is 7, and Peabody is at Westview. Peabody 19, Westview 7.
Wow. I have Gage Boykin 4 for 5. Missed his first one and has hit his next 4 passes.
Yeah.
And that was not officially a pass a while ago to Mosley. That one was a lateral, Dave, because he was ahead of him, threw it behind him.
You're exactly right. Yep. It was.
Now, some people will score it as that, but it's not. Here's the kickoff. Cisco booms one down through the hands of the receiver to 15. He kicks it back towards the 4. He picks it up. Everybody must stay in their lanes and not let him get outside. And there is a driving tackle, just like a driving rainstorm, into the receiver, Gonzalez.
Boy, that right there is where you end up being so disciplined. He kicks it one time. It gets back to the 5. He picks it up. You can't leave your lanes like you said right there. We didn't. He had nowhere to go, and we push him back inside the 10-yard line. What a fantastic break for the Eagles.
They'll start their second drive on their own 6-yard line.
I thought he was going to kick it back into the end zone, and that is one of the only times that if that ball did go in the end zone, Coach, that you got to bring that one back out again.
Yeah, because he possessed it right
Absolutely.
enough to have to bring it out. Good job of officiating by the crew. Of course, I like to tease Monlo. I got a couple of basketball stories I may tell old Monlo before it's over with. Okay, here comes someone late into the huddle for them. The clock, though, has actually not been wound. It should. Well, there it goes. I don't know why it stopped at 25 for a second. Now it's stopped at 24. The other one's still at 40.
This is working against Jackson Christian.
Yes. Here's the snap. Sutton's going to hand off. They'll give it to Smith. He tries the left side where they've made some yardage, and he'll pick up about 4, maybe 3 tough yards.
You know, and that's a good pickup for them right there, and a good job on our defense of being able to do it. And we look like we've got somebody down. Yeah, they're going to call them out. I'll try to get a number on this as we get closer.
Let's just hope it's a cramp and no more of that. We're not doctors, so we don't try to analyze it. But, David, you're right, and we'll try to look at our camera. Now, if it looks like a long one, we'll take a timeout.
Yeah.
And they're bringing, of course, the teams back.
Yeah, we can't get a number from up here, Coach. It looks like they're going to tend to him for a second.
Tell you what, let's do. Let's take a quick timeout here on the Worthy Roads and Jackson Christian Network.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's at the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
Back at Ronnie Fowler Stadium where the score is tied 7-7. Dave, do you have an injury report for us?
That is Kyle Christensen, who is coming off, and as he's holding, looks like he's got a hold of his wrist right there. He's just a little gingerly coming out. That could be a bruise. The trainers are definitely going to take a look at it. And the trainers this year, Coach, are brand new, and they're from
Dynamics.
Absolutely. And they do
one of our fine sponsors,
fantastic job. But, yeah, we'll take a look to see how Mr. Christensen's doing here a little bit.
He's an offensive and defensive lineman and a good one. It's 2nd and 7. The ball is on the 9-yard line of St. George's, a man in motion. They pull the guards for Smith. He breaks a couple of tackles, and he had some good blocking. He'll be short of the first down, though.
Yeah, they're just basically trying to bully their way outside of that 10-yard line and get to the 20. They're going to need to get to a little bit past the 16-yard line to be able to get it, and they are at the 14 now. So, Coach, be a great time to get some penetration because you know who they're going to want to go to right here.
Yeah, and they brought the power package back in here. They'll have some big old blockers in there, and don't go to sleep on the blockers, but we have to get into those gaps, especially they like that C gap lately on this play on either side. Sutton will be receiving the football, the quarterback. He hands off the left side, and I think somebody got into the backfield, and it's going to be 4th and short. But guess what? I punt it right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see right here. That's a great job. They're going to follow 17, and you know that he was going to do it. But we get the penetration, and he runs into a wall right there. We stop him from no gain, and they do send the punting unit in right here. Now, we got to be careful. Offsides gives them a first down.
Absolutely. To be honest with you, I do punt safe right here.
Yes.
I just give a little rush. Don't go to sleep on anybody. They have wideouts. We'll cover them up. Mosley or Pitts. I mean, not Pitts. I've got the old running back Elijah Pitts. It's Elijah DeMoss, looks like back. And I don't see Jalen out there anywhere.
I'm not really sure.
Jack Collins is matched up with someone on the outside. And they've got 3 receivers, and we've only got 2 defenders. White probably is going to have to come out here. It's 4th and 1, and it is a true 1 yard for a first down.
Well, and what's going on right now is David Harrison Floyd are over there with Andre Lott, and the TSSAA has released the play clock to the school, the home team, if they do have them. So what they're explaining to him is they're having trouble with it starting when it needs to, and they've just told him, and I could see when he raised his hand, watch the back judge because his hand goes straight up in the air. When that happens, you got 5 seconds, and he will count it down like a clock.
Okay, let's see. We've got everybody matched. Got a guy that is a potential. And Sutton thought about it, and was it partially blocked or just short? Get away from it. I do a little coaching up here. Now, they helped us. St. George's man, Seward, actually helped us by pushing our player who was dangerously close to the football.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, Mr. Blake Rowland is going to get a little bit of talking to by that coaching staff to say, look, we've already got a terrible punt. We don't need to get rid of it because we're getting it at the 28-yard line.
But you know what they did? They patted Blake on his back.
They did, and they did a great job. But, Coach, that's one thing that we're going to have to remember as this game goes on is their punter is the quarterback.
Yep, and he can throw and run, and he thought about it.
He did.
Boy, he's a gambler. Here's the fake pitch. It's good catch because they had good coverage out there. We still gain yardage.
Yeah, good play right there as we throw it out into the flat, and the receiver gets it. And I'm going to tell you, that was really, really close to being just an absolute decleater, but he was able to get turned around before the hit and was able to make a little bit of a slide to where he could take that hit a little bit better than straight on.
2nd and 5 is what I have it, maybe 5.5. Ball's on the 23. This is the running back pushed back. Short yardage gain, Cam Boyd with it. It's going to move a little bit.
And Boyd just hits up the middle. Right now we're trying to make sure that we don't do anything crazy, little bitty short plays, getting it because we are in point range with the leg of Cisco. So we're doing a good job as I see Cisco coming down. And, Coach, as I do look down, Kyle Christensen's helmet is off, and they're still taking a look at him.
It's 3rd and 4, sending Mosley in motion. Let's see if we can get that outside man block. Mosley's headed to the goal line. Give him 6, 22 yards.
Yeah, and I will tell you, watch this, Coach. Watch this replay and see Boyd make the block that absolutely springs him right here. He gets out in front of him. He looks. Here comes that block right here. Bang! He opens it up, takes it to the end zone. Fantastic job of blocking, running, great play calling. Touchdown.
Yes, it was. Coach Reichert has got to be proud of his blockers. And a run by Mosley of 22 yards brings on Zach Cisco with Austin Kelly to hold, Wyatt Jones to snap. Three things have to happen: a good snap, a good hold, and then a good kick. And I hear whistle, so we get to do it again.
Well, we got offsides is going to be called against the defense, Coach, and that's going to move it to the 1.5-yard line. It doesn't matter. The play will be dead. No, you can't take it. Offsides is a dead ball.
That's right. The kick was good, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Yeah. It's not applicable. It doesn't play, however you want to say it. Jackson Christian has jumped out to a 13-7 lead. Offsides. Now, David, can that one be applied to the kickoff or not?
No, because it's dead. It's a dead ball. If it was live, you could take the field goal and put it back in. But in high school, offsides and illegal procedure immediately kills the play.
David, I would try to jump the count as much as I could. Here's the kick. It's up. It looked like it disappeared perfectly, and your camera work shows it did. It is 14-7 Jackson Christian School with the lead, and we're going to take a timeout here on the Jackson Christian Network.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We are back ready for a kickoff after a fine run from Jalen Mosley, which tells me that is one reason schools like Ole Miss, the University of Memphis, and he would love to go to UT. Those schools are all taking a look at him. Here's our fine kickoff and extra point man. Zach Cisco, man, he drills one. It bounces. They pick it up. They did get the good hop there across the 20. The 25, but there, he breaks out of it now. Good return, and Cisco will have to help with the tackle. Someone else got him, and Cisco did get him. And that's not something you want to see as your kicker.
No,
tackling.
and you're going to see this on the replay. We get him bottled up right there at the 25, and somehow or another he just turns them shoulders and sneaks through the smallest of holes. And now they have come right back after a big touchdown for us to take the lead there, and now they've got the ball at the 49-yard line.
On their own 49. And, my friends, if any of you are listening, please do not call my telephone. I cannot answer it.
It's like, well, I'm so important, I'm going to call.
And Hardin County evidently is having their way in their contest. Here's Sutton getting the ball. He would two-step drop, cranks the javelin up. He's got a guy on a fly pattern. They're going to get us, for face guarding or –
Yeah, I mean, the first time you put your hands in the air to say, I ain't doing nothing, what is that signaling?
I'm doing something.
I'm doing something. I don't call it on me, but I'm doing something. I mean, come on. We had him pushed all the way to the sidelines, and we'll take a look at this as they mark this off. It's going to end up being defensive pass interference. But as he goes down the line, okay, we got it a little late, but that was my fault for not asking for it earlier. But what he is you've got to be able to use that line over there, Coach, that out of bounds as your other two defensive players.
Now the football moved to our 36, another first down. I believe that's their fifth first down. And Sutton wants to throw. He pulls it down and he runs. He reminds me of the new run and shoot type quarterback, hits Seward. And that time our defensive back came up on it, and then he got a step. Well, he didn't really come up, but you check the run, and then you start coming up, and it's a completion for another first down.
Yeah, and you see as he rolls out to his right, he throws a beautiful pass. He almost hits him in stride. It would have been a touchdown. He falls at the 10. But all of that was done just by him being able to break containment. So at halftime, I'm sure Coach Darby is going to tell those rushers, look, we've got to keep him in the pocket. Okay, make him throw the ball. He cannot beat us with his legs.
That's right. Smith in the backfield along with Sutton. He switches side. They stretch it to the left. And now, did they take too much time? I think the tight end illegally, the way he's doing it, Dave, the hand must be going down or something.
Well, the thing is the sudden movement You can stand up and you can go in motion, but that sudden movement, it is specifically designed to pull you off sides. That's the way you do it. That's why he does it in such a matter-of-fact way. And great job of officiating when you're sitting. That's because he's simulating the snap. And you cannot do that.
It's 1st and goal from the 15, and I see the interior part of the scoreboard. They were having a little computer problem now. The actual scoring mechanisms and timing are fine. 1st and 15, and they're going to send the big, tall wide out, number 80, Parker McLean, who also plays tight end. They'll send a man in motion. It's not the jet sweep, though, because you can tell if the quarterback would have been ready. Seward's in a slot, a tight slot, and he's looking Seward's way, but he's going to go one-on-one into the corner of the end zone. Now, I thought maybe I'm wrong, and, David, you want to watch a replay and see if the wideout was pushing off.
Yeah, we'll see, and this is just basically throwing up a jump ball right here. He steps back, and he's throwing it to his tall receiver. And as we get to the end zone, you could probably go with something right there. I like the no call. Great job, but a fantastic job from somebody who's probably a foot shorter than he was, but he stayed with him, got his hands in his face, and causes a 2nd down and 15, which is actually a goal, right?
2nd goal from the 15. That was Jack Collins on the coverage. Now they bring 2 receivers to the right. Seward, the one you got to really watch. And, again, they send the big man out there on the shorter Jack Collins. Send a man in motion, and they're going to give off the right guard. This one going down to the 5-yard line, so they got 10 of those yards that they need for a touchdown. It'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 5.
Yeah, just off tackle going to the right there, and a good job of our defense being in the right spot. The big package is coming in right there, but, Coach, that play looked a little bit like it was unorganized and discombobulated. There's my word again.
Yep.
And I thought Coach Locke was fixed to call a timeout, but he let it roll on.
Well, with the big package in there, they're going to take 2 shots at it. They will not be kicking a field goal. Deepest man is Smith to Sutton. He gives to Smith. Smith's got a hole, and he can walk standing up. We didn't even put a glove on him.
No, there was just no way. That was going right behind his big man, number 23. He's going to turn, take the snap, and as you see right here, they're going to win the line of scrimmage right here. That's too big of a hole to be in a goal line defense, and a running back go untouched into the end zone.
4:46 mark. Touchdown by Jaden Smith. The extra point to be attempted by Brett Ferguson, a senior. He's a left-footed kicker. And here's the snap. The kick is up. The kick looks good. The referees will say it is good. And it's tied at 14. It'll be 4:46 to go when we come back. Here's a little replay we'll watch. And it's good. Let's take that timeout on Jackson Christian School and Worthy Road Studios Network.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
And we are back here. 4:46 to go. It's tied up. Jackson Christian will receive the football. The kicker for St. George's has showed no propensity to try to drive the ball back any distance at all. Now, St. George's will get the football to start the second half. You say, Coach, why are you talking about it at 4:46? We can have a sustained drive, and Dave, we really need one.
Yeah, we really want to be the last person to touch the ball in the half.
Driving Jack Collins back to the 18. He'll bring it towards the middle. It was a middle return. We have a nice hole in there. It closes, but he makes a man miss now. The kicker himself is Did they blow him dead? Yes.
No, they got him dead now, but I'm going to tell you, it looked like he was about to break that.
I'm not so sure the whistle didn't go a little early.
Absolutely. He started right here, gets to the middle of the field, turns it out at the 35. I thought they were going to blow him dead right there, but nope. He keeps them legs churning, Coach, and gets up to the 38-yard line. Once again, we're in great starting position to end this half.
61 yards away from the goal line. And we send 2 receivers out to the right. I think Blake rolling one of them, sending Mosley that way. We're looking, and it got hit. As a matter of fact, the worst thing that can happen to a linebacker or a lineman, it hit him in a bad spot.
Well, you're going to see number 17, and that's Tate Worth. Watch this pass. We're really lucky that they're not kicking an extra point right now. He takes a step back, and then he just steps right in front of it. And it falls, and he knows that it just got through. But sometimes in big old linebackers, they just ain't got the hands, Coach.
Well, I'll tell you what, he did a good job reading that one. They send Banky in motion this time, and they're going to give to Boyd. He bends it back. He'll get some tough yards, but it'll only be a couple of tough yards, Dave.
Yeah, it is, and I'm going to tell you right now, we controlled the line of scrimmage on that left side, and Boyd cut it back to the right, which I think we had pulled a lineman over to the left, and as we did that, now we're outnumbered, and he cut right into the teeth of the defense right there. But, you know, sometimes that hole is there for a split second. You see it, and it just wasn't quite what you thought you saw.
Unofficially, he has 5 carries for 18 yards.
Yes.
And we might have gotten so wrapped up, I don't think I gave him. He actually has 23 yards. Boykin dropping back. He's pursued. That's the big tight end that on offense after him. We've got it. Nice catch. Pivoted to the inside. Cooper Banky with a big first down for Jackson.
Man,
Christian.
you're going to see this, Coach. Look at this replay. This is perfect. He gets the ball. We know where the first down marker is. We get it out there to it. He knows he's got to turn it upfield, turns it up, makes the move, gets the necessary yardage, and into Griffin territory. What a wonderful, wonderful pass and throw.
Absolutely.
Catch and run, pass and throw.
You did good.
Did I?
The English teachers are going to get me because you're not supposed to say you did good. Here's the pitch to the left side. Banky, it looks like, running the football, taking people with him, and Cooper Banky has turned into a one-man gang.
Man, I'm telling you, there's no question that he did. Banky just comes in, and the Coop comes down through there and just blows that side open and puts that head down and gets 4 more yards for the Eagles.
And another first down. Here's Boyd bouncing like a pinball machine, and he is going to go all the way. One man has a shot. Touchdown. No, I thought I was right. Touchdown, Jackson Christian.
And here it goes right here. You're going to see on the replay, Boyd spins, turns it to the left as he comes down. That's the move at the 20 that sees it. And see if he just squeak it in. He's hit. Yes, he goes inside the pylon, and we're ready to go.
55 yards total rushing offense, 32 on that play. You can only stop him so long, and the little man runs.
He does. He did a great job of finding the open field and taking it into the end zone.
Zach Sisko on to attempt the extra point. Here's the snap, the kick, and it was low but through. And the score, Jackson Christian takes the lead 21-14. Let's take a timeout on the Jackson Christian Network.
At Lonnie Cobb Ford, we now give you a warranty for life on the engine and transmission. That's right, a warranty for life at no cost to you. Unlimited time, unlimited mileage, but it's only at Lonnie Cobb Ford in Henderson, where cars really are cheaper in the country.
We are back, and I want to tell you we've got some great camera work going on upstairs. Down here, though, our 2 fine producer directors, and, of course, Gary is here with them, Stephanie and Ashley. We'll tell you all about our crew. And Scott and Brady up doing a lot of great camera work. Dave, we got to be disciplined, stay in our lanes, and cover this kickoff.
Yeah, we do. Coach, I got tickled at you when you talked about you're going to get your English teachers to call us. I've got a little friend in Memphis who I remember in high school. She was definitely a wordsmith, And if you did anything, she turned into the ice princess on you.
Oh, Lord.
And when she turned into the ice princess, it was absolutely miserable.
Well, you know, the English teachers do tell me you did good is not correct grammar.
It's not. And,
I like it, though.
I'll tell you, it just, I remember little ice princess just telling you, and had to do it. Had to tell you when you was wrong.
Remind me of Ms. Abernathy that I had in the 7th and 8th grade. She taught both grades. Here's Cisco. He gets this one up in the air, kind of a directional kick intended, comes down at the 20. Return to the middle of the field, and only a short return of about 6 yards. Nice directional kick.
Yeah, that's a really good job right there on the kickoff. He takes it, and he starts it upfield. Good kick to the 20. We want to make sure their big guy doesn't get it. And he turns it sideways, and, Coach, that is the absolute worst thing you can do. Instead of going east and west, he went north and south, and I say that only because that's the way our field runs. But good job of coverage by the kickoff team. Now, we got 3:03. We have got to do something to slow down this offense.
Absolutely. 3:03, 1st and 10 from their own 28. St. George's comes to the line of scrimmage with a slot right. They blocking back to the right. They fake the pitch. Now they flip it out there. Good hands and a nice run. Tell you what, Jaden Smith's hands impressed me. He does not look like he's ever going to fumble. He caught that one out of midair. It wasn't a great pitch.
No, it wasn't. He did a really good job of hanging on to that ball and a really good gain on 1st down and puts them in a 2nd down and 3 situation with the clock running, because right now they don't want Jackson Christian to get the ball back.
50 yards unofficially for Smith. 2nd and a short 3, long 2. Passing situation. They're going to throw the out to the sidelines, and I now know why Seward is such a great receiver. He caught it, he saw it, pulled it into his hands, never lost focus on it, and we weren't anywhere in the neighborhood.
Yeah, you'll see it. We're in a little bit of a prevent, not much, but what a wonderful step and throw. Throws it off the back foot, and does a great job of hitting the receiver. Only he could have caught that ball, gets it out of bounds, stops the clock. 1st down at midfield.
That's their 3rd first down by passing. They have a total of 8 in the contest. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right here. Patterson in the backfield with Sutton. Sutton's going to throw again. They throw it out short to the blocking back, and he's a load now. He can take it. We stole it away. That looks like, is that Carr with it? We'll see in a minute. Don't want to misidentify anybody. What a play. We just flat took it away.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we do. You look right
That's
here.
Eli
He's
Craig.
in there, and he snatches it. And all of a sudden, you'll see them beanbags come flying in right there. That means it is a change of possession. He just took it away. And now we've got a chance. Coach,
but
we
we're
do
going
got
to back
some laundry.
up 15 yards. I'm afraid we may have done something unsportsmanlike.
I think we probably are going to get a sideline warning here is what's
Is
going to happen.
that a warning instead?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see what's going to happen. Monlo's got the football down there. You know, he could probably squeeze that thing and burst it.
He could. All right, we're going to have a dead ball, unsportsmanlike. It's going to go against us, but it will be after the change of possession, so we will still possess the ball. 1st and 10. It's just going to go back. I don't know what caused the unsportsmanlike. Could have been a late hit.
Could have been an excessive celebration, but there's a different signal in it for that. Dave.
No, that is the fly away like a bird unsportsmanlike call.
Well, we get the football no matter what. Eli Craig, what a job he did. We start on our own 41 as Boyd breaks it. And watch the face mask, gentlemen.
Well, what I'm seeing right now, Coach, is a St. George's team who does not want to step up in there and hit Boyd. It was a good tackle by R.J. Sims, who at the first of the game was really putting some pads on people. If you noticed right there, he let him go by and bulldogged him down. He did not want to take on Boyd head-to-head.
64 yards for Boyd. Here's the snap. Boykins looking. He's throwing downfield. He's got a receiver just slightly overthrown, And I'm going to tell you what, Seward got away with an old tactic that Dan Bland taught us at Jackson High. He was holding with that hand. If you see, check the left hand out, and you'll say, no, he's not holding. Yes, he is impeding the progress.
Look, right here, you'll see he's in there a little bit, and you know what? But that's a good play by a defensive back.
It is.
We do the same thing, and if you don't
Absolutely.
teach it, you're doing an injustice to your defensive backs because you've got to be able to size them up a little bit.
Boykin now 6'8", if my stats are correct. Slot right, 3rd down and 1. They faked the they've got everybody but the kitchen sink in there because it was supposed to have been a screen. But you know what? Gage Boykin has done it again last week. 2 big runs on that last drive, and now he pulls it down and gets out of there.
Yeah, and you'll look right here. Gage is going to come back, and he's going to want to throw the screen, and it's being set up, but oops. Nobody's there, so he just pulls it down and takes it for a first down himself. What I do like about that, Coach, is what he did after it was over. Step out of bounds. Don't take any unnecessary hits.
And he nicely handed the football to the officials. That's what you do. Don't drop it on the ground. Be a good guy. 1st and 10 for the Eagles from the left hash mark. Green goes to a blocking back position. Boykin, 3-step drop. They get penetration. The ball is up in the air. It's going long, overthrown. It was out of bounds anyway, Dave.
Oh, Lord, he was going to throw that to get a hot dog. I mean, he just let that one go. I don't think that he knew his receiver was not open, so he did turn it loose pretty good. And give us a chance again. We're right now, we're trying to do it. And, Coach, it's so funny that I talk about the Ice Princess back in Memphis. They're actually listening, and then I get the little text that says, I don't remember being like that.
Blake
maybe you wasn't so much back then, but you are now.
Blake rolling in on one side, his brother Lance on the other. Blake, who has speed in motion, have a little crossing action. Boyd gets outside, gets across the 40, drives a tackler back, and gets a good pickup. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, great job again. Boyd's going to ask for a little bit of help. He needs to catch a blow here, but we didn't get 3rd down, and we're doing a fantastic job with timeouts left controlling this ball.
5-yard pickup they give to Elijah DeMoss. DeMoss is going to be close. Will he get it with the second effort, trying the right side? Tackled by Seward, was one of the St. George's tacklers.
They've killed the clock right here. Floyd's going to put it down. It looks like it needs to get across the 34. Jackson Christian's going to call a timeout anyway. So
we're going to keep it here for this one, Dave.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for, coaches. Did you see he got it going sideways, and then it finally occurred to him right there, I got to get this ball up the field. Turns it up. We're really close. There's no question that if we are short, we're going to go for it. The nose of the ball looks like it's just on the 34. They're going to measure, and this back stake looks like it's on the 44. I'm going to say that this is going to be just the nose short.
Yes, and DeMoss, a very valuable player. He's learning to play running back. And, Dave, you are right. It is inches. And, unfortunately, and you and I are old school, the coaching staff, they're with them every day in practice. I don't think we've got an under-the-center situation that we can run.
No, and that's what we need. I never did like it, and they're going to charge Jackson Christian with this timeout. Yep. But, Coach, that's kind of the way the world is developed now in college. You see it, all of the offenses, they'll be first and goal from the line.
Like I said, they're with the kids every day. They know what they want to run. They have confidence in it. And all us old-timers, we like to take it safe and line up a power I or power L, if you want to call it that, and do things like that. But this is modern football. Banky and Mosley to the right of the formation. Looks like Wyatt Jones, who is a very fine blocker himself, is back. But Gage Boykin doing a little housekeeping, helping St. George out with their towel over there. 4th and a short one. They're going to give to Boyd. Can he get the corner? Oh, yes, he can, and more, too. There's change. There's one right around the helmet. Close to a horse collar, but they don't call that evidently.
No, it wasn't a horse collar. But once again, you'll see that number 4, who was popping people at first, R.J. Sims, for St. George's, is letting the runners get past him, and he's just grabbing them and riding them down. So, we've got them hands on hips right now. Look at that defense. They are winded, and we are really doing a good job out of bounds. 1st and 10. We're already in scoring position.
We are close enough for a Zach Cisco field goal, too. wide side of the field to the right. Banky in that slot. They fake. They're going to throw the look in and almost intercepted, but you know what? Lance Rowland had a nice route. Had that ball been a little back a little, it would have been in there.
And that's what happens is he gets it, and this is a timing route. There's no question. This is throw to his spot. He just let him ever so slight. If he puts it right where he's supposed to, that ball may go into the end zone. But that's not a look to see if you're open. He knows that he's going to be open from the word go.
We're strong to the right of the formation. Green moves that way. Rowland and Banky, the wide outs. They fake, come over here to the side. They got Mosley. He going to get out of bounds, and that's good that he got out of bounds at about the 19. Short pickup. 5 yards is better than none. And stopping that clock is imperative.
It is, and it's going to give us one more shot in the end zone, and that's probably what we're going to do. But we still got the timeout, so we're not worried about anything across the middle. The playbook is wide open. You know what? I really, really would love to see that little linebacker, that tight end or flanker get in behind that linebacker play that we've already scored on once. I think it's going to be open.
Here we go. 3rd and 3 from the 17. Mosley by himself to the left. Again, the fake just overthrown. Oski, an interception when we say that for St. George's. And I see, is that number 72 for us making a tackle. Dalton DeLoach back in there. That one was tipped or went off our hands just a little high.
Yeah, that's the one thing that we can't have happen down here. And I'm going to tell you right now, he takes an absolute wallop. But in the end, we get pressure. You got to throw that ball away. You can't afford to throw it high as you're throwing across the middle. And that tip and interception causes us to not get a shot at least 3 with 15 seconds.
Okay. Do you run your big man, number 80, down the field on a fly or a back shoulder fade?
At this point, you wonder why not. But
he's not going wide, but you could run him from the tight end spot. 2 wide outs. Patterson, or actually not Patterson, but Smith, Jaden Smith, and we have a timeout. They call a timeout. We're going to take a short timeout. We'll be back on the Jackson Christian Network.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Tired of being seen and not heard? At Lifestyle Vision, we believe in patient-centered quality eye care for West Tennessee, which is why we are locally owned and operated. Come see us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
We are back. The wheels are turning on both sides. 21-14 your score. You can see the Thompson and Smith scoreboard there, and bringing up the score 15.5 seconds. A nice picture of Monlow there. We'll charge him $5 for that.
Yeah, that looked really good. And right now, Coach, I think Coach Darby wanted, there's no question, nobody gets behind anybody here. Be really careful about what happens across the middle.
And they've got DeMoss in the free safety spot with one back, loose coverage here, and I don't blame them. They're going to hand the ball off, and running like a Mack truck out of there across the 15 is Jaden Smith. And a clock stopped with 8.8 seconds to move the chain.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Coach Lott just go ahead and decide to take this on into the halftime because it's going to run on out. Yeah, he got it out. He did exactly what he wants to do. He knows he gets the ball to start the second half. Nothing foolish. He got away without giving up any points.
Absolutely, and this a close ball game like it was last year. Here's the situation. We've got another half to play. It's 21-14, Jackson Christian School leading St. George's. We're going to call and take a timeout right here on the Jackson Christian and Worthy Road Studios Network.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive and Drive, Jackson.
Looking for a new and exciting career? At Jackson State Community College, we offer nationally recognized, top-rated programs designed to greenlight your career for success. With courses available in the health sciences, nursing, computer technology, and much more, your next step towards a career starts here at Jackson State. Learn how Jackson State Community College can greenlight your future at greenlightyourfuture.com.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
And welcome back to Jackson Christian as we are at halftime with the Jackson Christian Eagles 21 and the St. George's, oh gosh, I forgot. What are they? Oh, the Griffins. Man, talk about going brain dead. 21-14, Jackson Christian leads as we are at the half here at Ronnie Fowler Stadium. Quickly, we're going to go to some scores that we have starting first in Region 1, District 6. The scores that are in right now, Adamsville and Hardin County are playing. We don't have a score there. Perry County 0-0 against Hickman County. Humboldt and Brewston Hollow Rock, no score. Huntington, no score against Jackson Southside. Chester County is 7. McKenzie 28 at McKenzie. So Chester County in for a little bit of trouble down there. South Fulton 12. Ballard Memorial, Kentucky, no score. That is at the halftime. And as we move on into the games that are being played in our area, in the third quarter, Haywood 44, Oak Haven out of Memphis 6, Beach 9, Henry County 7. That's a little surprising right there. Milan 54, Manassas no score as Milan is getting a little bit point hungry as we go there. Lake County 8, O'Brien 7, South Gibson 34, Westwood out of Memphis no score. USJ 7, Union City no score. That is in the third quarter. Peabody 19, Westview 7. That's at the half. Dyersburg 9, Dyer County 7. That's at the half. Briarcrest 13, Houston 21. That's at the half. Memphis Central 7, White Station 9. That's in the second quarter. And in the private division, Eastern Region, we have South Pittsburgh no score. Chattanooga Christian is 28. South Dole 27, Grace Christian out of Knoxville 21, Knoxville Webb 45, Gibbs no score, and Lakeway Christian 21, Midway 7. In the smaller division, we have Boyd Buchanan, actually that's the middle regions, Boyd Buchanan 32, Davidson Academy 3, Brentwood Academy 14, CPA 3, Christian Brothers 51 over Sheffield in a blowout last night, and that is a final. Germantown 15, MUS 2. Whew, that used to be a knockdown dragout, but they've got it going down there at MUS. Germantown leads 15-2, and that is the scores that we have. We're at halftime here at Jackson Christian as Jackson Christian's band takes the field, and we would love to show you the band right now, but they are still working on their drill. So what we're going to do is get the full effect of the sound. I get to listen to it because I love this band, and I call them the biggest little band in Madison County as they get ready to take the field. Very, very, very good band. So we're going to take just 2 minutes and break right here at the half. We've got Jackson Christian 21, St. George's 14.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's body shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
And welcome back to Ronnie Fowler Stadium, where at halftime we have the Jackson Christian Eagles 21 against St. George out of Memphis 14. And we're joined with Greg, the statistician for the Jackson Christian Eagles right now. And Greg, I'm telling you what started off, it looked like they were extremely athletic and really, really pushing us into a situation. And our first possession did not go as we planned, even after we started in great position. But, hey, once we realized what they had and they realized what we had, we turned it on to them, and now we lead at the half. And Greg can tell us a lot more from the books and the stats.
All right, for Jackson Christian, we had 7 first downs. In the passing department, Gage Borkin attempted 14, completed 8 for 66 yards. Cooper Banky had 4 catches for 49. Jay Mosley had 4 for 18. In the rushing department, we rushed 15 times for 122 yards. Cam Boyd had 10 rushes for 85. Jay Mosley had 2 for 16. Cooper Banky had 1 for 11. And Gage Borkin had 1 for 6. We punted once, and we had 3 penalties for 35 yards. All right, for St. George, they had 9 first downs. In the passing department, they passed 7 times, completed 5 for 73 yards. The leading receiver was number 1. He had 2 catches for 41 yards. In the rushing department, they rushed 19 times for 109 yards. Their leading rusher was number 22. He had 15 carries for 76 yards. They punted once, and they had 6 penalties for 40 yards.
Well, and, right now the penalty that really, really came into effect was the pass interference that happened, and it worked out. But the play that has amazed me, and as you go through the other stats if you can, was the one turnover, the takeaway, that literally was ripped from his grasp. And we were able to stop a drive that could possibly have tied it up. Right. And we took it in, and then we turned it over on a tipped pass. But the bottom line is what a great turnover it was to keep us in the lead at the half.
Well, that's correct. Of course, in the first quarter, we only rushed the ball 7 yards. In the second quarter, we rushed the ball 115 yards.
Well, and that's what I mean. Coach Darby and them realized, after, it's early in the year, so you can watch film from last year, but, what does that do for you except for skill positions? So once they kind of got it in, great job by the coaching staff to end up doing that because, and once again, we rushed for how much in the first quarter?
7 yards.
7 yards. In the second quarter, we end up with
115.
Well, I'm telling you right there, that's a 100-yard plus difference. And that right there is what really, really works good with these coaches. Is they saw what was going on, they made the adjustments, and we just got on through. I know you've been upstairs, and that's where you keep it. Any word on Mr. Christensen on his injury?
No, I haven't heard anything.
Well, we were looking. I know looked like they were looking either arm or wrist type of a situation. I know that they looked at him for a little bit, but we're going to try to find out. Greg, we really, really appreciate the stats. You do a fantastic job. We're going to take a quick break here. We're going to go 2 more minutes. Coach Holloway's going to come back in and join us as we go down. We got 9 minutes left in the half. At halftime, Jackson Christian 21, St. George's 14.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way, peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
If you work outside or in a facility with no AC, or you're just struggling with this year's heat wave, it can really take a toll on your body and health. At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we can help you recover with our Beat the Heat special for only $59. Call or visit us online today to set your appointment.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big! Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
We are back, and I had to take a little time out to talk to a couple of people. USJ, Dave, if we can get a score, seems to be in somewhat of a dogfight up at Union City, and they may have had an injury to one of their starters, but we don't want to go with it till we're sure.
Yeah, we're waiting to get a confirmation on what's going on up there. I'm trying to find the Union City. Right now it's Union City 13, USJ 7. Westview, Peabody is 19. These are new scores. Peabody 19, Westview 13. Westview fighting back from a bad defeat. South Gibson is just handing it to Memphis Westwood 34-0. And this score cannot be right. It says first quarter, Lake County 8, Obion County 7. Milan at halftime, coach, 54-0 over Manassas. But yes, that Union City USJ game, we're going to get an update on that. But right now it says with 59 seconds left in the third quarter. And if you ask, well, how are they in the third quarter and we're at half? We started at 7:30. They started at 7. Union City 13, USJ 7.
And I just received this from a very good friend and a man that knows sports. Union City 19 and USJ 6.
6?
Yes, that's what he got. I'll let you see who it is.
Well, he probably definitely
he has had
knows.
children there before. Also, now the Tennessee football score board has 19-6 Union City.
Okay.
And Boyd Buchanan, we don't even need to give that score, but they're up 39-3 over the Davidson Bears. Wow, what's happened to Davidson?
I don't know. Davidson Academy usually does not take a pounding like that, but they are tonight. And Coach, I'll go ahead just real quick. For you baseball fans out there, Los Angeles is tied up with the Marlins 4-4 in the top of the ninth. And the Cincinnati 7, Washington 3, that is in the bottom of the 8. And the only other game that is really interesting in this part, Pittsburgh 4, Philadelphia 7, that is in the bottom of the 8. You know, Coach, I was going to ask you this. College football. Going to kick off this weekend. Tennessee starts their season on this coming Thursday, and then the big week will crank it up next week with things like Alabama versus Texas. And I just found out Ohio State and Notre Dame are going to go at it on their opening day. So I really do like, we're about to get knee deep in it. I think, what do you got? One more scrimmage with the NFL, and then they're going to start. So as of this time next week, we will be just staring right in the face of opening day of college and NFL. Just boom, boom.
All right, looking forward to it. And, of course, good friend of ours that's calling the USJ game, Seabass, big NFL fan. He loves those Colts. I love for the Colts to get beat. But
well, I'm a Cardinal fan, so everybody else can just get beat. But, there was something that me and Greg were talking about, Coach, as we were doing the stats. And this goes to show what coaching can do and the way that the kids buy into the program. In the first quarter, Jackson Christian rushed for 7 yards. In the second quarter, we rushed for 115.
Yep.
They looked, they saw what was going on out there. They it's like I said to Greg before, you can watch film all you want to at the first of the year, and except for skilled players, you're really not going to know what's up down there in the trenches and the guys that eat first, as far as I say. But what they did was they watch and they just took their time. Sometimes it takes it a little, a couple of possessions to start to see what their tendencies are, but they figured it out, and we go from rushing for 7 yards all the way to 115 in the second quarter.
Absolutely, and even though that was an interception, went off of one of our hands, and the suggestion I would make to all receivers, if you can get the second one on it, and you can't always, but I would try that. Gage Boykin has thrown the ball well. Officially, on the official stats, he's 8 for 14. Well, they may have counted the lateral as a pass.
Yeah, they may have, and that Boykin's going to learn this as he goes through his progressions. Is that when you're in a situation like that and it's coming down to the end of the quarter, or you're within the red zone, and you've got a situation like that. You cannot throw the ball high. That ball has to be at the bottom of the numbers downward. That way, if it's not caught, especially across the middle. Now, it can be up in the end zone if you want it to, where only your guy can get it. But those are the type of things, and I watched the replay on that. He was rushed pretty good. He got forced to throw that ball sooner than he wanted to. A little bit high. We got one little paw on it, but it bounced off. And it ended up us not scoring. But, the good thing was what happened before. We stole it right out of his hands and kept them from scoring, too.
And you're absolutely right. Warming up down just in front of us are two really fine young men, Austin Kelly and Gage Boykin. And you can see good quarterback mechanics. And we have a 21-14 score here at halftime, and evidently we went with a 20-minute halftime.
Yeah, they did a 20-minute, and they like to do that in this heat. And, usually you don't do that unless you have two marching bands. The Jackson Christian Band played a little bit of their show and didn't really show a lot because they're working on theirs. But the other side that we used to do when I officiated here was we always took 20 because they dress so far up. The visiting team dresses in up there in the old gym. That's not the shortest of walks. So to get up there, get your halftime done, and get back.
That's better than not having a dressing room.
Last
year when we went to St. George's, we had no dressing room.
Oh, yes. And it's no knock against Jackson Christian. It's just what it is. But a lot of times you'll see teams that play here will usually do their halftime in the corner of the end zone. And it just is what it is. I mean, the facilities up there are extremely nice, and they have plenty of time. So I just give them 20 minutes so they've got time to walk. They've got time to come back. The worst part was us officials were up there, so us old guys had to waddle all the way up there and waddle all the way back. So, Coach, I think we've just been handed two super-duper pills that we need to swallow.
Yeah, made out of the beef variety called hamburgers. They only got 15 seconds on the clock, Dave, but what's going to happen, they'll run that. They'll give both teams a chance to loosen up. We're going to take a very short timeout. When we come back, we'll have more Jackson Christian football on the Jackson Christian Worthy Road Studios Network.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night. This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
At Alive Hydration Drip Spa, we offer top-of-the-line IV nutritional therapy, which has a wide variety of health benefits. From immune system boosters and skin care, fatigue, energy, and even hangover relief, you can be sure we have an IV blend that's right for you. All of our blends are administered by one of our experienced nurses in a spa setting to ensure you leave feeling re-energized and refreshed. Give us a call or visit our website to book your appointment today. We have what it takes to make you feel alive again at Alive Hydration Drip Spa.
We are back. Dave, a game that really doesn't have anything to do with us, but Riverside took it out on Lexington last night.
Yeah, and, that is a big-time rival game. I had that game several times when I was refereeing, and that's one that you have to keep your eyes open because them two teams don't like each other for some reason.
Yep. I agree with you on that, and I know the last score we had from Bud Young is Hardin County was up 20-0, and I'm sure they've got a really fine ball club down there at Hardin County. And there are a lot of good teams. Milan, you said, was wearing somebody out a while
Manassas.
ago. I remember when Robert George one night on the scoreboard. Robert's a great broadcaster, but he called them Memphis Molasses. And Robert has not ever gotten completely over that. People still, but we love you, Robert. And
he didn't do it on purpose. It just one of those, Freudian slips?
Yeah.
Well, I was to say, I have used the phrase combobulated twice. I am proud of myself. The Ice Princess has eased off and said that, there's nothing that I can do. Okay, I am just receiving this information, and Coach, here's what we've just received. Carl Christensen has gone for x-rays. They have gotten the x-rays done. They're waiting on the answer whether he has just hyperextended an elbow or there could possibly be a hairline fracture. So as soon as we know, we will pass it along, but that is what is on. He is not on campus right now. He is being looked at, and they have the x-rays, and they're waiting for the answer.
You're absolutely right, Kyle. Get yourself healthy. You're an integral part of this squad. St. George's will receive the football, trailing by 7 to start the second half. Zach Sisko will kick off, and we're looking for, Dave, some keys to victory for Jackson Christian.
Well, just keep doing what we're doing, and we've got to make sure that we keep them in a containment. Our pass rush needs to continue to do what it's doing and getting upfield, but we cannot open those gaps and allow the quarterback to step up in there and roll to the right, because then your defensive backs have to make that decision. Do I come up or do I stay back?
Okay, I see Wilson as a short man up there. Also, we'll check the others. Here's the kickoff. It's coming down to Wilson right at the 20. He'll take it to the middle of the field, runs into one of his own men, or the man ran into him, and we're going to stop him at the 30, and that's not a bad place to stop him.
No, and we figured out what we want to do, and he likes to run sideways, so we can get down the field, we stay in our lanes, and I'll tell you what, I'll give them the ball to 30-yard line all day, not kicking it to athletes that can take it to the house and just absolutely in a hiccup.
Now, we've made some changes in our secondary, and we'll try to pick up the changes as we go along. And we see some new faces. But it's 1st and 10 at the 30 for the Griffins of St. George's. Sutton gets the ball, and they'll start it like they started the first half. Here is Jordan Smith, and he's running hard, and he's going to get about 7 tough yards.
Well, they're just going to start off doing what they started to do. You nailed it, Coach. They're going to come off right tackle. They're going to try to get some yardage, which they do. They pick up 8 on a first down play with nothing special about it. It's time. They just going to come out and say, look, we're coming at you. You got to stop us.
So we're out here one-on-one with Jack Collins, and he was checking to see what the coverage was. They are strong to the – now the tight end did that right, David. He'll readjust over here. But, again, he was trying to draw us off. Here's, again, with the overloaded side. He's got the first down and more as Jordan Smith he's going to pick up about 8, maybe 9 yards.
Yeah, and, I mean, there's nothing that they're doing that's special right here. Take a snap. We're going to hand it a ball. The tight end does shift over. They get the one more man over there than we've got. He hits the hole pretty good. We do miss a tackle. He gets that first down and moves it forward. Right now, they're controlling the line of scrimmage, and we've got to figure out a way to do it.
Got to get in those gaps. And they have run in the A, B, and C gaps. You have those. They don't use the numbering like we used to. Really a true wing back now, number 23. He'll pull just like a guard for Smith trying the left side. And Smith broke a tackle about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage to get about 5.
Wow. It's handed off, and let's go in a cloud of dust right here. And that's a gain of 5 like you said. And what they're doing is just coming off of the ball. And, Coach, when this starts happening, you have to start moving your linebackers up. And you know what that makes you susceptible to? They got to dump one right across the middle on you to a wide open and only one man back there to cover.
And they've already faked that. Sutton completed one of those passes earlier in the first quarter. 2nd and 5 from the 50. And that time it's got to be the offensive right guard. Let's see.
They're going to claim that somebody was maybe talking or barking a signal, but no, says Monlow, this is going back 5 yards.
We had a line coach, Ronnie Gray, after I graduated, but they had him at Jackson High and then JC. Ronnie used to tell his offensive linemen if they did jump to say that somebody was barking signals on the other side.
No matter if they were or weren't.
That's right. Seward here to the right, very dangerous receiver. They're going to go with the running play again, and, boy, shot out of a cannon for a first down and more. Well, I said a first down. It may be a little short, but running that football, and he runs hard, is Jordan Smith.
Yeah, you just, once again, I mean, it's
Smith.
Just like the last time, but only the same. And they are hitting off tackle right, left, and they're getting just enough of a crease that they can get through and then break it out into the secondary and gaining some valuable yardage right now.
Yeah, they won't punt even if it goes to 4th down. They have it 3rd and 1 on the 46. They did not bring the jumbo package, but they're heavy to the right side with the blocking back 23 over there. Snap to Sutton. They give straight ahead. Good push by the line. He's met at the line of scrimmage, but I think forward motion will give him the first down.
Yeah, I'm looking at Floyd coming in. He's coming in on the line, and that's all they had to do was reach the line, and they're going to give them the first down. And, you know, on the replay here, as you see the snap, he hits it. We make a good tackle and get in there, but he's just able to come in. That is the benefit of having it 3rd down and very, very short.
1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Having a little mic problem here. Please forgive us as we make corrections. Now they stepping back, 2 guys stepping back, and unless he gets up on the line, well, he did, it would have been illegal procedure. Here's the running play to the right. We slowed it up, but still good body lean. The young running back, Smith, will have to come out for a play as he loses his helmet.
Yeah, that's the high school rule is if a helmet comes off, he has to go out for one play unless,
yes,
and that's the key, is you can buy him back in with the timeout. And anyway, that now we have played it. We realize what's going on, and we moved over. And, Coach, I just got a text from one of our really good friends that says hello, Mr. Jody Pickens.
Tell Jody Pickens, the fine district attorney, also former Northside and Lambeth University basketball player, played for 4 years over at Lambeth.
He did.
And he is a story. His success story as a basketball player is something else. Slot left. Sutton, I look for him to throw, and he did. I was a little late getting that out of my mouth. He completes the pass to his wideout, Justice Ingram Grimsley. It'll be positive yardage, but not a first down. It'll bring up 3rd down, Dave.
Yeah, they're going to throw this out, and as it comes in, you'll see him. He just flares it out into the flat, and he turns it up trying to, and then we converge on him, stopping him short of the first down. St. George's has a player down right now, and we'll try to get a number and see who it is. The trainers for St. George's has come out. It is definitely one of their linemen, and we'll try to take a look at it, Coach, but it looks like they're going to tend to him for a second.
Tell you what, we'll take a short timeout and come back with more football here at Jackson Christian.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's at the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way, peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
And we see the young man, and Dave, I'll defer to you.
That is Zayden Poindexter. Zayden is a junior. Looks like he just, that's one of those things that you just either you take a little hit and it just takes a minute to rub it off. And Coach, I've got to correct myself. That was not Jody, even though Jody is probably listening and just admiring what I do. But it was Philip, his brother.
Well, he was an athlete too.
Yeah,
played a lot of different sports at Northside.
He did, and it's great that he could do what he did and being as uncoordinated as he was.
Philip was uncoordinated. That boy had more coordination in one finger than I do in my whole body.
Oh, I love me some Philip Piggins. And I got to holler at him.
32, yeah, holler at him. 37-yard line. Sutton at quarterback. One back in the backfield with him. They're going to try the right side straight ahead. The power man. Did we get him? I think he got it with his helmet.
Yeah, watch this, Coach. Check this replay out. You want to see mano on a mano? Watch number 5 take this ball right here, and he gets it, and he is moving in one direction, and that's forward, and pow, right there. And he just happens to roll enough forward to get that first down.
This drive started back on their own 30-yard line. It has consumed almost 6 minutes of time. Let's see, I'm having to adjust that. My 1,000 apologies to the listeners out there.
And I was told at halftime, too, the play clocks are malfunctioning, so they are not using them at all.
And after this play, tell them how to check the officials out. Here's the snap. Back to Smith. Smith cuts it up. He's got good vision, but we made a good hit. We've knocked his hat off again. Wyatt Jones is there. Also, 55, Eli Craig is there.
Coach, that was a fumble. We have come up with that play. Number 70 has got that ball. Watch it and see if it comes out. He's coming in there. Yes, that ball hits the ground, and we dive on it. That's a turnover. Wow, we didn't see that till big time later. Good fumble recovery by the Jackson Christian Eagles to stop what was a very promising drive, and that had taken up over 6 minutes into the quarter. It is now our time.
And I like the way, though, we put the bonnets on the running back and hit him.
Well, we're tackling the football, and that's good along with tackling the man.
They faked to Boyd. Want to throw across the middle. They got Mosley. Will Mosley just barely outside of his hand.
What a fantastic route by Mosley. And, I mean, that was just about maybe a half of a foot too far. Yeah, just stretch. And oh, man, it was so close. But a good route, and he had beaten the only person that seems to have been on the defense right now is R.J. Sims, number 4 for St. George's.
Absolutely. We'll get our stats totaled up. Here comes Cam Boyd. Nice stiff arm. Throwing him back, though, is a very tough young man who wears number 4 for them. And he's been R.J. Sims. And, have we got a little, I won't call it rooster fighting, but a couple of folks that's temperature went up about 2 degrees.
Yeah, Boyd just comes up, and he makes a really good run right there, and it looked like kind of a Statue of Liberty. But then he got back up thinking he wasn't down, and St. George's said, nope, you're not going anywhere.
Now, they got to be in the neutral zone. Why is there no flag, Dave?
No, they didn't get it, and I think the coaching staff's sitting right on the line. They're not jumping up and down.
Long count, Fake to Boyd. They want to throw the quick look in. He just actually posted up. Banky is more like a post play.
Yeah, I tell you what, I love this play. I love this play. They fake it up the middle. You'll see him right here take it. He's going to fake it to Boyd and give it like we're running that little bitty deal, and our flanker's going to just come right through the center and go. And, Coach, we're in a hurry up.
9 of 14 with Boyd carrying it. I'm going to have to hurry up myself, and we've got another first down.
I'm watching the replay, and we're getting to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, we're running a hurry up.
Second down. We're going in, and they're getting people off, and I think there's going to have to be a timeout, and a timeout wisely called by Andre Lott, as his team wasn't ready for that. It's 2nd and 4 on the St. George 45. We're going to take a short timeout on the Worthy Road Studios Network.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle. And at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night. This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Buying a car is all about you. In person, over the phone, or online, we make it simple and easy. Our place is yours, no matter where you live. LonnieCobbFord.com or Lonnie Cobb
to play on 2nd 5. Here's Mosley getting around. It looks like they're locked up. I thought they were doing collegiate wrestling then, Dave.
Yeah, they did. It looked like, actually, to me, it looked like Lawler and Jackie Fargo when they get in that good little shoulder lock and they do what they got to do. But you know what? We ended up winning it because we pushed it a little bit further and getting in a very short and manageable 3rd down.
It is manageable. It'll be 3rd and a little longer than 2. Yeah, they'll say it's a short 3. Here's the give. Is that DeMoss? It is. Look at DeMoss rumble. He got hit with a headshot. Here's DeMoss breaking tackles, heading towards the right corner. He goes all the way 44 yards for Elijah DeMoss.
This absolutely destroys a defensive confidence. If you'll watch this right here as we come in with a replay, and whoa, what happened? We just about had it. Anyway, as you know what happened is we come in, he gets hit, he bounces off, he gets hit, he bounces off, he gets hit, he bounces off, and then he is on the blue paint for a touchdown.
Zach Cisco on for the ever-important extra point. Here's the hold, and it was down on the ground, but I'm going to tell you what, Austin Kelly did a good job getting it up there. The extra point is good. The score is now 28-14. Dave, have you got a quick replay?
Well, I'll tell you a quick replay. Look at this hold right here. This is a good holder right here. A little bit of low snap. Bang, he gets it set, and Cisco puts it right through.
And the holder did well. Let's take a quick timeout here on Jackson Christian Worthy Road Studios Network.
Buying a car is all about you. In person, over the phone, or online, we make it simple and easy. Our place is yours, no matter where you live. LonnieCobbFord.com or Lonnie Cobb Ford in Henderson, where cars really are cheaper in the country.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's at the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
Jackson Christian leads 28-14, 4:18 to go in the 3rd quarter. Interesting one. We had a crashing fumble recovery, and the reason I said crash, the tackle was a crasher, and we got on the fumble. We converted, and I believe that one went, 40? Well, actually, it's 60. I'll get it straight in a minute. It's 69 yards. Let's see, Dave, I've turned the wrong button there.
Well, that's all right. Some people want me hushed up anyway.
I like Dave. Dave Wade here, our great color man. Here's the kickoff, a little different strategy. They're going to try Wilson again, though. He's going to take it back to the middle. They must have a middle return on. This time he breaks it back against the grain, gets down to about the 38, maybe the 39-yard line.
Yeah, Coach, you called that right. You know, I'd said before that he had gotten in a habit of trying to busted all the way to the sidelines going across the field. And if you stay in your lanes, that's not going to happen. You got to get it going towards the goal line and find a crease, and that's what he tried to do. So instead of starting at the 25-yard line, now they're going to put the ball in play at the 39.
St. George fans, don't worry, this game's not over. Jackson Christian fans, don't get too comfortable. This team, they're playing St. George's, can score in a hurry. Sutton at quarterback. That Smith is back in at running back. They'll have a slot left. End over. The power is all to the left of this formation. The tackle is ineligible. The snap over Sutton's head. Can they get on the football? Smith does the wise thing.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do right there is not try to pick that ball up. You'll see the snap is high, and I think it's just a little bit early to boot. He wasn't totally ready for it, but the snap comes in right here, boom, over his head. He's going at it. If he can get it there, it's good, but number 22 dives on the ball, and that's what you're supposed to do. Jaden Smith is the one that saves us from getting another turnover. But, Coach, a tremendous loss of yardage.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming into the football game for us, number 60, Ty Smith. And keeping fresh people out there. See Big Cedric playing a lot of minutes, though. Now here's Sutton wanting to crank the javelin. He's going to run out of there. We cut him off. He wants to throw deep now. He tucks it, and that was a good move. That's a smart young quarterback.
Yes, it is, and I'm going to tell you, we're going to show this replay right here because I want to point out something. Coach, you can look at it as he's going. You're about to get a blindside crackback right here, and the guy from St. George's pulls up right there. That right there saved another personal foul that was going to go all the way back. And I'm going to tell you what, I am really impressed with Chase Sutton.
Absolutely. Fine young quarterback on third down, 13, ball at the 36. Looking. He's got a man on a breakout, square out, whatever you want to call it. We've got him hemmed in. Looks like Blake Rowland there first, and Jack Collins came to help him with the finish.
Yeah, and right now there is nothing that they can do on those flats because we are in the defense that we'll have 3 or 4 people. The only success they're going to have to be able to get is down the middle. And once again, Coach, we mentioned it earlier, their punter is the quarterback.
And keep an eye on him because he started to load up a while ago, and I think what they're doing with the formation they use, they give him the option to pass or run. We've got 3 down linemen and about 7 guys across behind them and 1 deep. He's going to throw. There it is, the first down, and they got us. They tricked us. Our coverage was not good. I'll go ahead and tell you that.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, there is no way in the world that this can happen. I mean, we're in a punting situation, and you know the quarterback is there. Your linebackers cannot stay there. You have to drop deep and take away that little bitty lob across the middle.
What you do is you have a rush from the outside, let Big Cedric handle the middle of the field, and then you man up on that.
Exactly
with
right.
With a free safety.
Exactly right, because a lot of times you'll see that.
And there's some instruction about leaving people on. See, the linebacker's got to be, that's not really a hook pass, but it's in the hook zone.
Yep.
Running back or the blocking back, H-back, whatever you want to call him, to the right of the formation, strength to the right. They're going to run over the A-gap, and I believe that may be Big Cedric right there.
That is Big Cedric, and there is no question that Big Cedric Anderson is going to grab a hold. And this is what being in the weight room does to your hands. Watch him get a hold of this running back. You stop right here. And, I mean, right there, it's nothing but power. That is lifting in the weight room, strength in the arm, strength in the hand. He's a big man anyway, so he puts him right to the ground for a gain of 1.
Okay, we've got Mosley back at free safety right now. Looks like man coverage on the outside. Sutton wants to throw. He steps up, and we've gotten out of our lanes. He's going to run. If he jukes the man just right, he'll get a first down. He does, but there's got to be a block. Is that not a block in the back over there right in front of the stake?
Well, we're going to take a look at it. I mean, it happened right in front of the referee, and he's looking at it. As we come through here, he cuts right there, and
that head's behind, Dave. Unless the rules have changed.
Nah, them rules ain't changed. That head's supposed to be in front. So, anyway, it takes the ball and puts them in good position. We're going to figure out a way to force them into a long yardage.
Hunter Waldrop on the field. And I haven't been watching my jerseys close enough. Lucas Witherspoon also out there. And I think we're going to take a timeout. Let's take a short timeout with the Eagles leading 28-14 on the Jackson Christian Network.
At Lonnie Cobb Ford, we now give you a warranty for life on the engine and transmission. That's right, a warranty for life at no cost to you. Unlimited time, unlimited mileage, but it's only at Lonnie Cobb Ford in Henderson, where cars really are cheaper in the country.
We offer live webcasting for families. It kind of came out of when so many warriors were going overseas to war. We have learned to offer families more choices, that we want to serve our families well and serve our families better.
We are back. Dave Wade, Coach Joe Holloway, Worthy Road Studios, Jackson Christian Game of the Week with St. George's. St. George's moving the football. They've had a couple penalties. We've had some good plays, but they have moved it down inside our territory at our own 21. Minute 11 left in the third quarter of play. It's 1st and 10 for the Griffins. That time I thought they let the running back move forward, pass into the end zone, and looked like a good catch right down there. Let's see.
Yeah, he throws it out into the corner of the end zone. He makes a good throw here. This is where you need to throw it. It's on the line, and only your guys got a shot at it. It's just a very, very good defensive play right there, and he knows he did a good job. Jack Collins really played that ball well.
Jack was doing that like he's playing center field in baseball.
Yep.
2nd and 10. Running back Smith hits the line. Now we stalemate him, but he's going to get a couple of tough yards.
Well, we've definitely stopped and plugged that line and making them do some other things, as we've got one hobbling off right there, and that is Jaden Smith.
And I hate to see that. Even though he's on the opposition, you don't want anybody hurt in these games.
No, you want their best players out there, and you want yours, and that's what makes the game good. You don't want anything bad to happen. But here's my long yardage I was hoping for.
And let's see if they look for Seward, who has only been targeted a couple of times tonight. Slot to the right. They're going to fake the give. It's a bootleg to the left. They've got a receiver, and he slips down, and that really helped Jackson Christian. The man was wide open.
Woo! Let's watch this. This is absolutely a naked bootleg, as he's going to fake this, turn and go the other way. He's got a man in the flat, and he's got one deep, and he just throws a little behind him, loses his footing. Now we've got 4th down.
They're not kicking it.
No, they can't afford to kick it right here. They're going to have to now, Coach, they're coming wide side. There's no question that they're going to come our way or down the middle. We've just got to contain it.
Sutton's going to handle the football, and I think he's going to run either a bootleg or a sprint. I'm looking for a sprint pass. They've got a stack to the inside on the slot. 3 receivers trying to confuse our coverage. He's dancing. We got a hand on it. Now there's a hold. I think it'll come back no matter what happens. And nothing happened but an incomplete pass. Look, did they call it on us? David, let's take a look.
I don't know. That's what we're going to look. Monlo's talking to David, and he's pointing towards Jackson Christian. If it is, you may have a face mask. Now they're going to talk a little bit with Mr. Flippin, and David Harris will tell us right here as he steps forward. Going to have a face mask against Jackson Christian. Let's take a look at this replay right here, and as we see it, we get right there. Yep,
there's
he got
where
him.
The face mask was.
And you don't have to just get a hold and pull, but you got that hand in there just enough that his head moved. And the good thing that happened right there, you'll see that Chase Sutton knew that flag came in, Coach.
Yes.
And he just threw that ball away because he knew that he was going to be able to get some yardage right there.
And very poised young man. Now, they've still got 4th and 8.
Well, yeah, because face mask, personal foul, and all of those, it's not an automatic first down, and
now
because of where it was.
That one is probably just a 5-yarder, isn't it?
No. It probably was.
No, that would be 10. I'm counting it back now. It's a 10 from the spot of the foul.
Okay. Right? Well, actually, what it ended up being was half the distance, probably.
Okay. So it's 4th, but a manageable 4th and about 3. Remember, the pregame show was brought to you by Great American Sports. Replay sponsor is Mitchell's. Our corner logo sponsors are Jackson State Community College, Dynamics Physical Therapy, Jones Chevrolet, the Blacksmith Restaurant. Of course, your scoreboard, Thompson Smith, 4th and 3 from the 14 of Jackson Christian. St. George's gets and goes with the power backfield. 2 big men up front to block. They've got Sutton who can handle it, and that looks like Smith back in there. They're going to send Smith in motion. We're covering him one-on-one. Sutton's going to take it, bounce it outside. He's got an angle. Can he get to the sideline? Football is loose. Jackson Christian on it.
Well, he was doing everything that he could do to kind of get it.
Rowland? We need to check that with the recovery.
And we'll see right here. He's running. He's trying everywhere we could. That is almost a defenseless block. Slips out of his hand. Recovery is made by number 8. And
that is Blake Rowland.
Absolutely. Blake did a great job. And, let's take a break.
Let's take a timeout with the score at the end of 3 quarters of play. 28-14, Jackson Christian lead. We'll be back after this.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
We've had everything in this football game. Hope all you fans are enjoying it. And Dave's got some scores and some info for you.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of information right here. I just got and received some information that Caleb Christensen, it is not a fracture. They've looked at it. It's not a fracture. They don't think it's going to be anything that's going to keep him just a hyperextension, and that's good news for Mr. Christensen.
Okay, Rowland. This is Blake Rowland. And Mosley to the right, the shovel pass or pitch to Banky. They defended it. Banky's going to cut it back against the grain, but this time they hemmed him in.
Yeah, they did. I mean, we go all the way out, and then he turns around and goes all the way in. But the one thing that I do like about that, Coach, is, yes, we ended up losing a couple of yards, but the seconds that are going to tick off of this clock now by him not going out of bounds is what we've got to have right now, because they need time, and we've got to take it away.
Yeah, keep that clock running. Stay in bounds, gentlemen, if you can. Gage Boykin at quarterback. Cam Boyd in there. We go with a man in motion. That's Banky to the left of the formation. As long as it's taking, he'll set up out there. So we'll have 2 receivers that side. We're going to Boyd. He goes off left tackle. He'll get tackled from behind, but that's because he couldn't get – his blocker was doing a good job, but he couldn't cut off of him.
Yeah, he just got behind him, and he was waiting for him to find a seam where he could go in either direction, but he couldn't. So you know what? He just stayed in there behind him and ended up getting a positive yardage, but it puts us in a 3rd down. And with a long 8, and Coach, this is where you have confidence in your quarterbacks and receivers. You need to get a 1st down.
2 down linemen, 2 stand-up ends. They'll rush 4 this time. Boykin hemmed in because he can't get outside the pocket. Now he flees for his life, cranks up the javelin, and it's intercepted, I believe. Did it hit off the ground? No. They say interception.
Well, I'll tell you right now, we'll take a look at this. This has got to be something and a learning. They'll learn from it. He cannot throw late across the middle. There's nobody open. Nobody in the world is going to be able to get to that ball, and it's certainly not going to be a 1st down. And the young man, you got a good athlete right there, and he's going to get better and better and better and better. But that is just a no-no. You cannot afford to do that and turn the ball back over to them on your side of the 50.
Eat the football because you have a fine punter.
Absolutely.
Even if he is the place kicker and has to do both, he's good at both of them. Now momentum has swung the ball at the 33-yard line, the Jackson Christian School 33. Sutton is going to be hit in the backfield, and the dog linebacker, and yes, that's what position he plays. That is the man, the one and only Caleb Newsom.
Look at Caleb Newsom bust this right here. He gets it and just guesses right, and he is a jet. He goes completely out, and there's no way that play's got anything going.
I still want to see you. Remember, Caleb almost had an interception last year, but we want to see him get loose, and he not only rumbles, he can run. 2nd and about 15 is what I've got the scoreboard. I do not agree now. They've changed it. They knew the man was right.
He always is.
Well, not always.
I mean, why in the world would they think any different?
Jack Collins has a tough receiver in Wilson to guard out here. Trips left. One back in the backfield, and little false step there, but they let it get away. They come back, and there's a flag. And, David, I'll have to go with your interpretation because I missed what the flag could be.
Well, I'm not really sure, and who's going to come in and talk to him? They're going to blow it dead. He's coming to the back judge, which is Cedric Wilson, and he's going to figure out what it was. You got a face mask against Jackson Christian again. I didn't see it, but that was thrown from the back judge, and his job at that point is to survey the middle of the field and to make sure and clean up everything that's happening beyond the line of scrimmage back in his area. So, that smarts a little bit right now. We've loaded the gun and pointed it at our feet.
Yep, we're trying to shoot ourselves in the foot. 1st and 10 for the Griffins. They have a slot to each side. Now, when they wind the clock, they snap it and the whistle blows.
Yeah, they're going to get a delay of game right here. You cannot snap the ball before the whistle is blown, and I'm going to tell you, Andre Lott over there is coming apart. Man, that's tough.
It is, but it is the proper call.
It is. I know you're in a hurry, and you're wanting to run your hurry-up offense, but you've just come off a penalty. Quarterback has got to know, and I would always go by him. Wait for my whistle, wait for my whistle, wait for my whistle.
Dave, I want you to go back and watch last year's game and see the fine punt and things that we executed and some stuff. There were some unusual calls in the Bluff City. 1st and 15 from the 28. Sutton looking, has his receiver. He caught it and went down, but the young man did a good job of catching the football. That was Ingram Grimsley. It's Justice Ingram Grimsley. Has a hyphenated name.
He does. And I'll tell you right now that y'all just – anybody listening just on the radio, not able to see the video, the jump that our right end is getting, he's guessing perfect. He's in the backfield before the football gets there.
2nd and 11. Here's the snap to Sutton, and they got 2 blockers on our dog linebacker, and he's chasing Sutton again. They catch the football. And out of bounds, not a touchdown, but a nice catch, and they'll be 1st and goal.
And you'll see.
David, I want you to look at something when they replay this. See if he's over the line of scrimmage when he throws.
No, he wasn't. I just caught it. Okay, he's down. He's inside the 5. Yeah. I thought that his other foot, it was close, but I did see him release, and what a good job of a quarterback looking downfield and keeping his eyes downfield.
1st and goal from the 4.
There's your Notre Dame package, Coach.
Well, it's more. A while ago they didn't line up right in it. It looked like a box. Now it's a power formation, something you see pistol teams do. Sutton running, breaks a tackle. He'll get into the end zone, I think. Yes, the side judge says it's good. It's now 28-20 with the extra point to be attempted.
Yeah, they're going to put it in the hands of their quarterback right here. And Sutton just takes the snap, takes one back, finds his blocks, gets in there and uses his legs and drives his way into the end zone to closing this game up, Coach.
Sutton on with the touchdown, 4 yards. And they've not got enough people on the field right this minute. They're motioning people to get out there. The time being kept on the play clock by the officials. And here comes a young man running on to fill in a gap. The left-footed kicker with the ball snapped to Seward. The kick is up. It looks good. No, it hit the pole and bounced back. So it is an 8-point game, Dave.
Yeah, and as it comes in right there, you'll see it on the replay. His snap is looks like it's good. The hold is good. He just kind of snaps it, and then at that point, it was gone.
And we'll hold it here this time, Dave. I think it's too early, but you've got the left-footed kicker, the odd spin. The young man seems talented enough to pull off an onside kick. And last week, if it wasn't for Lucas Witherspoon's hustle, they fooled us with their onside kick at North Point last week.
You're exactly right, Coach. And you know what? The little pooch kick that they're doing has only kept us on the other side of the 45 once. So, I mean, we have been at the 49, 50, and their 49 So even an onside kick is going to put the ball at midfield, and they're not doing very much. So I think you're going to see us get ready. They may pooch it.
And Brett Ferguson, if I'll get his name right, it is Ferguson, Britt Ferguson, senior kicker now. He's got enough foot. He can get it over Mosley's head. That worries me. Let's see what they do with it. It's the pooch kick. They're going to try to make us field it. Will it go out of bounds? Yes. Now, the good decision, do we make them kick it again or take it at the 35?
Yeah, you take this ball at the 35-yard line right now. There's no question. You do not want them to give them the opportunity to make an onside kick. It's your ball. You're in control at the 35. That's what we want to do, and it looks like that's what Coach is going to do.
Okay, we'll huddle up and come out on the field. The clock arrested at 8:04.
I love when you say that. That's so neat. I love the clock is arrested. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes when you're coaching basketball, you would like to have the sheriff out there and arrest the clock. You don't get beat, Dave, in football or basketball. The time just runs out.
It does. It does. The only thing the only thing that's not timed is baseball, and that's what you love about it. It could just go on forever.
Yeah, it gives you time to eat an extra hot dog in baseball. Here comes our offensive
dog
lineman.
and a drink.
Guys, we got to be perfect here for a minute. Ball on the 36. The whistle is blown. And they give to DeMoss. And DeMoss this time, he turns almost nothing into at least a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, they're going to actually give him 3. I'm looking at the head linesman as he comes in. He's going to put the ball at the 39-yard line. And right now, that's what you want, Coach. I'll take 3 yards. And then I'll make my decision on 4th down and 1 every time. But that's the clock's running, and you're gaining yards, and they're going to have a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Unofficially 57 yards. Boyd back in where we pull the guards. He cuts it upfield, cuts it back against the grain. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he protects the football well. It'll be short, and it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, Boyd does good, and watch this as we come into the replay. Boyd takes the handoff, and he comes through, clicks back, and right there, that's another weight room, Coach. Drive, get everything you can get. Now we're in 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
This is 3rd, though, and a long 3, and the last couple of times we've not been successful late on these drives, and we've turned the ball over. Banky to the left, that may be rolling, I can't see, and also trips with Mosley. Here's the short pass in and out of the hands of Banky. It'll be 4th down, a punting situation.
Oh, my favorite play, and it is open. It's just one of those things. Sometimes it's going to happen. Everybody did everything right. It's a good pass. He knew he had the 1st down. You can see the young man. He's not going to drop many of them, Coach.
It doesn't look like we're punting. We're going for it. So Coach Darby Palmer playing riverboat gambler here. Kelly, that was Kelly going out far to the left. Banky, and do we come back with the same play?
You're going to see it try to draw off sides. Yeah, they're not going to snap this ball.
Are you yelling Omaha?
Wow.
No. The guts are here. Look at the little man rumble. It's a 1st down. Cam Boyd and more. Cam, they got you, son, but you did a great job. Rips off about almost 20 yards. We'll catch it and see what it really was.
He doesn't think he's down, and let's take a look right here. He comes down, and he's hit. Boom. Ooh. Oh.
It's actually about 15. He is well over 100 yards. I've got him around 120 yards.
Big break right there. Big break for St. George's because he was not down. He slid around.
Cam knew what he's doing. That is a very articulate young man. He was on the Hub City Deli Jackson Eagles Sports Show. What a great talent. Here he is cutting up again behind his blockers, and he just goes forward. Body lean is the name of the game.
Right now this absolutely is taking the wind out of a defense. They're trying so hard to get a turnover. We're doing what we're supposed to do, take care of the ball. I would have never believed we would have snapped that ball and run like that, but that's when a coach has complete confidence in his offense.
Oh, I want for a good luck charm Coach Darby Palmer in my corner. Here's the quick toss out to Mosley. He got one of the blocks he needed. He needed a second. Actually, got two of them. He needed one more block, and he would have gone all the way. But young man got heads up, squared up for St. George's and tackled him.
Watch these wide receivers block out here. That ball's thrown, and they know exactly what they do. They branch off 5. 11 keeps him out, gives him enough yardage to get to the 30. 1st and 10, Coach. You can eat up another 2.5 minutes, and St. George's only has 2 timeouts.
And what does the cheer say? 1st and 10, do it again.
Do it again.
Here comes Kelly and Banky to this side. Elijah DeMoss wearing number 1 in the backfield. Mosley goes as a single receiver, but they've got a man trying to take the short pass away from him. They rush. Here is DeMoss. If he gets a full head of steam, and he gets tackled by Work, but gets across the 20 down to about the 19-yard line. A pickup of 10 should be a first down.
Well, and that's the one thing that we've got to really do is try to get it outside, and where we were not having a lot of success at the first part of the game, we started to have success now, and that's what you want, because the sweep runs time, and accounts for a win.
That's right. Let's see the power of the formation now. They're going to shift Banky, and they'll go power left as far as the blocking scheme. They pull the guards. He runs in behind the guard to the right. Boyd dances, heads towards the end zone. What do you have? Touchdown. Cam Boyd and the Jackson Christian Eagles.
I think it's going to come back, Coach.
Me. And I made my best call of the night.
Well, I was listening to it, and I looked out here into the corner, and I see a flag laying at the 14-yard line. And it is Monlo Hodge, the umpire, and I've refereed a long time with Monlo, and I'll promise you, if that flag is dropped, he saw something.
If Monlo saw it, you're right, Dave. I know what you're saying. Monlo's a very honest young man.
Yeah. And he's a very, very good official, and he knows right there that that's a point of attack foul, and, I mean, that's what sprung him to the end zone, and you got to make that call. So, but I'm going to tell you right now, great run, great job by the line, and, hey, you ran a play. We still got – we're in scoring position, making it a 2-possession score, and we're still running clock.
And we're within Zach Cisco range if it got to that. It's 1st and 16. Remember, it was marked from the spot of the foul, so that would push it back. Now there's going to be a timeout called by the Jackson Christian Eagles. They lead 28-20. We're going to take a timeout on the Worthy Road Studios Network.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all prearranged funerals. So you may have prearranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all prearranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
And we are back here for the final 4:20. Jackson Christian leading by 8. They have the football 1st and 16 after the touchdown. An exciting run was brought back. Got an H-back on the right side in the backfield. They're going to fake, drop back, one man pursuing Boykin. He throws off his back foot down into the end zone. Did he come up with it, Mosley? They say no, but a great effort.
Yeah, they were trying to fool somebody right there and throws it to the end zone, and as he drops back, he's under pressure. Once again, Coach, it's throwing off his back foot right there into the end zone when we're in scoring position, and those are things that we're going to learn as it goes, and it's nothing that is totally drastic, and the young man is doing a fantastic job. There's just a few things that we've got to learn.
Kelly
to
and
take care of the ball.
Banky to the left. Here's Boyd cutting. Bumps into his guard, got good yardage, still on his feet, breaking tackles as he spins, smells the goal, but comes up a little short.
Boy, can you believe
First
that?
down.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. Look at this, Coach. He hands him the ball. Here's the missed tackles, or broke tackles. One right through the bunch of them. And you know who he just broke right there? Big number 17, Tate With, the senior big man for St. George's. And Mr. Boyd said, I don't care.
Yes.
Here we go.
Coming on to the field is Joey Carr wearing 58 He plays in the offensive line, but he's a great defensive player. It's 1st and goal from the 3. Banky and Mosley will go left. Green is the tight end. White Jones in as a wing back or a blocking back. White can catch the passes. It's going to be given to Boyd. You know you want to let the little man finish. He's going to be stalemated, though, short of the goal line. Or did he spin and get in? His teammates say he did. The referee says he did. A lot of good individual effort, Dave.
Well, watch this right here. He gets stood up, and he's churning, and the boys who eat first get behind him. They push him right through, and just like a beautiful songbird, turn out the lights. The party.
I think you do that better than Don Meredith did.
Well, you got to love you a songbird, you know?
Absolutely.
You got to do what you got to do.
Scores 34-20. Important, even though you say, Coach, you got a 14-point lead. This makes it 15 points,
yes.
Dave. That's what makes it important. We got a late man coming on the field. We'll line down. Got to watch that middle penetration to where we had a little trouble last week. Snap high. The kick, though, got the hold down. The kick is lost. It's going to play tennis, and it's 35-20. It's in the tennis court.
It is, and I'll tell you, you'll watch it on this replay as he gets his foot into it. Watch the height that's this ball. Great job with getting the snap down. I'm going to tell you, Austin Kelly had to come totally out of his stance, go up, get the ball, put it down, and he did. He kicked it right into 40 Love.
And we are staying here, and Ray Pack, we appreciate this, says the right shoulder is iced on the injured St. George player from a while ago. At least it's not something we don't think that's, you hate to see like ACLs, MCLs, things like that. You don't want to see concussions.
Well, and that's the biggest thing. And I'm really, and I hope I don't get the knock on wood type of thing going, but these are 2 games that it has not been just tremendously hot, but it's warm out there. But the conditioning is held up and not a lot of cramps.
Yeah, we must stay in our lanes. Please support our advertisers that help make Worthy Road Studios TV, BallGame, Blitz broadcast high quality they are. And there's no charge. Like the National Federation is ripping you off at $11.99.
Yeah, I agree.
Here it comes down at the 17. They got the middle return on again. They may bounce it outside. Good coverage. So we did stay in our lanes, David.
Did you see the picket fence get set up right there? They really did a good job. But I don't care how you run it.
To run out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just Billy Chip. I'll make it. I'll make it. That's what. When somebody tells you they'll make it, give them the ball.
Tell you what, an unsung hero tonight. He's played that middle well. After a few runs, Big Cedric is back out on the field, and he stopped some of that stuff.
Yes.
But we've had people also like our dog linebacker who wears number 4, Caleb Newsom. And there's a lot. All the kids have contributed.
Yeah, Caleb Newsom is just giving them fits right now. He is coming past that end big time.
Sutton with Patterson in the backfield gets a block, moves to his right, wants to unleash it. He's got a receiver. And he's open at about the 33, and it's a foot race. And their number 3, Antonio Wallace, wins the foot race.
Well, you can look right here on the replay. He just comes in, and he finds him, and he sets. We've got to get our hands up a little bit higher, and that is the big-time thing that cannot happen to the defensive backfield with a lead like we have. Nobody can get behind. I think you're going to see them go for 2 right here instead of going for the extra point because they not have it good. Yeah, Coach, I do not see the kicker out there.
The kicker's not coming on. Sutton's getting a play from the sideline. See if they run the power formation or if they try to spread it out. To be honest with you, I'm letting Sutton or Smith, or I'm going to throw some type of jump ball route to the big tight end.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to see this.
And don't forget, they've got Seward, who's a good receiver. This is the power, but Sutton's going to pull it, try to bounce it outside. Look at that defense. 53 and 22 are all over it, 53 being Hunter Waldrop. 22 is Trent Carrier, who last year made his reputation on on the special teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this right here. He plays it perfectly. We bust him up the middle, but the biggest thing is them people that have come around and forced him to push it way outside. Don't give him the inside. What a big hold of a 2-point conversion right there.
And we're going to hold it here, but again, please support our advertisers. And yeah, I take a few shots, and I'm a member of the National Federation, but what they're doing to you is unreal. They're trying to choke other operators, not just Worthy Road Studios, off from bringing you free football.
Well, and what gets me is the small town stations. Not, obviously Jackson's not the biggest city in Tennessee, but it's a bigger city that's got several radio stations, several teams. But some of these small towns in East Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, and all of those that rely on those radio stations to broadcast their games and to be able to hear, they're taking that away from them and forcing people to get the streaming service. And I don't agree with it, Dave. I don't either, and it's just getting greedy. And look, you do what you want to with college and the NFL. They're professionals, and the college get paid a lot of money on television deals. This is high school. Leave it alone. It does not need to be paid for, unless it is a situation that maybe the playoffs. Okay, I get that, but even that,
no,
I just don't think. I don't think you should ever charge for a high school game.
The situation here is we've got I don't know if it's going to be the traditional onside kick with the hop and try to bounce it over. It's going to be a little floater over. We're up close, and this young man, he's a senior. He probably plays soccer. He's got a good foot. We'll remind you that Lifestyle Vision, and you want to use your Lifestyle Vision right here to see this play. Go by and see them. They got Paul Schultz's glasses. They're fixing to fix mine. There it is. It went to 10 yards. It bounced up, and the Good Hands team has been successful.
Yeah, you're going to see this on this replay. That ball takes a good, fortunate bounce for us. Good onside kick as he comes forward. You're going to see it hits once, and here comes the big bounce, and the Good Hands hit it, hit the ground immediately, get down on it, and now we have got to protect the football as we do have a 2-possession game.
Scoreboard sponsor, Thompson & Smith. Other sponsors, Aloha Pools, Southeastern Termite and Pest Control, Elite Dental, McCoy's Heating and Air, Hub City Deli. We'll tell you more after this play. Every play important. Get that clock running. Stay in bounds. Here I am coaching up here. You just watch the game. David and I will give you all the info. Boykin at quarterback. Cam Boyd, who has a 100-yard-plus night tonight and a couple of TDs. They try to pull it away from him, and they should have tackled him instead of trying to rip it away, Dave.
Well, he's definitely got 2 hands on the football, and he's going through. And, right now it is all about protecting the football, and let's get out of here with no more injuries. We have gotten some good news about Caleb Christensen. We're not just quite sure about everything, but as far as the doctors are saying right now is that it is just not going to be something that's going to hamper him. But, injuries can do funny things, but we need to get out of here without any more.
Blocking back in the backfield, and H-back would be probably a better term for him. Slot left. They're going to bring everything but the kitchen sink on this play, and Boyd is going to rumble through for a couple of tough yards. Will be short of the first down, but the rugby scrum eats up time.
Yeah, and they're not going to get it away from him. There's no question as they do it. And, right now is when the rules – and Boykin, what he's got to do is he's got to watch – and he's being told that right now. Watch that back judge because he'll take his hand straight up. We're going to get a timeout from St. George. But that when the play clocks are not working, Coach, the back judge, which is the furthest official back in the defense, will put his hand straight up with 5 seconds to go, and then he will actually move like a clock for the 5 seconds until that hand comes completely straight down. And that is the last 5 seconds of the play clock. You've got to milk it to that point, snap the ball. That's how you figure it out when you don't have a play clock that's working.
Absolutely. Other sponsors that you need to support, Alive Hydration and Spa, and David's right. That is great. It'll rejuvenate you. Lifeline Blood Services. They're always needing blood now. Kaufman's Furniture, Arrington Funeral Directors, Bank of Jackson, King Jewelers, Lonnie Cobb Ford, Nest Realty, and Snookums Restaurant. David, the trip that David Ross, I got mortgages on my man, David Harris, took, he informed the coach of how many timeouts he had left.
And that's what you're supposed to do.
And here's Mosley in motion. cutting is DeMoss. DeMoss has got the first down, and he had that thing like you were trying to take his last dollar away from him.
And that's going to get it. They're going to stop the clock to reset it. I don't think you're going to see Coach Lott take a timeout, but immediately the 40-second clock is going to start on the back judge's clock, and we can run 40 more seconds off. Coach, we might see the most wonderful formation in the world. And I had to go get that Hydro Drip. You know, Stephanie last week hurt my feelings so bad. Just getting on me like she did, you know, and I had to go get rejuvenated. I had to get it back right.
Well, Stephanie and Ashley are wonderful down here. Brady,
yes, they are.
Scott, take her on the cameras. Of course, what could we do without Gary? Has been over here more than the kids have been in school today here at Jackson Christian School, and it took the knee right there. And let's see if they've got one more to stop the clock with.
Yeah, they'll have to snap it one more time, and this is what I love to see is this game is not in doubt. This game is decided. Even if there was a fumble run for a touchdown, this game is decided. Nobody on that front line is firing off, hitting each other. Just snap the ball, nobody touch, just that's it. They're going to take a knee, and we're all going to get on the bus and go somewhere.
And there's the snap, the knee down. Even if they did what David said, they could not get any closer than 34.
That's it. Well, Coach, I'm going to tell you, I was a little worried. I was a little worried at that first possession when they stymied us, and then it looked like they just went down and did what they had to do. But I'm going to say we'll talk about it later. But great job by the coaching staff and the young men to come back together and to do what needed to be done to pick up a W.
Fine coaching staff of Jackson Christian made adjustments. There were some good adjustments made also by the St. George's staff and Andre Lott and his staff. And they've got to say, man, these little guys from Jackson Christian pretty tough because they are the bigger and quicker team. But good coaching job on both sides. And matter of fact, I failed to mention it tonight, but one of the St. George's coaches is a graduate. Matter of fact, their defensive coordinator is a graduate of Jackson Christian.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay.
And the happy final is 35-26. We're going to take a timeout and come back and talk about this game after this on the Jackson Christian Worthy Road Studios Network.
We offer live webcasting for families. It kind of came out of when so many warriors were going overseas to war. We have learned to offer families more choices, that we want to serve our families well and serve our families better. At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all prearranged funerals. So you may have prearranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all prearranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson. The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
The happy final here at Ronnie Fowler Stadium, 35-26, Jackson Christian wins. David Wade, Coach Joe Holloway, and Jackson Christian jets out to 2-0 against two Division II teams that are in the AA classification. We are in the smallest one, single A. Dave, your thoughts on this contest?
Well, once again, you know, we're up against a team that's a little bigger than us. So we're up against a team that was definitely faster than we were. And what we did was we took our training, we took our practices, and once again, we executed a game plan. And what we started with, the game plan, they tweaked it a little bit as it went along, and the players did exactly what they were asked to do with it. Coaches put them in good position. And, this is going to be a fun team to watch, Coach. I mean, you've just taken out two of the middle division teams, not the smaller, not the largers, but that middle division, both out of Memphis. And that's two good ball teams. It ain't like we've just had two patsies. We have came in here and we've gone on the road, and we defeated a very good North Point team. We defeated a very good team. Their record may not show it. That is a talented football team with a good, talented coaching staff.
St. George played two tough games. They traveled into Middle Tennessee.
Yes.
And going into Good Pasture is not the friendliest confines.
No.
And Good Pasture, very tough. Now, he's not their coach anymore, but remember Tyler Turner from Liberty coached up there for a year. And the conversation we had with him, those fans are rabid up there. And a good young man coaching their team they've got the size to do it. They've got the quickness. They're getting better. They ran into a very offensive-minded Jackson Christian. I want to say hats off. The defense did what they had to do again when they had to do it, which is the definition of discipline.
Yeah, and the one thing that I really, really was impressed with two people, Caleb Newsom, and if I was given a game ball defensively, it would be Caleb Newsom, it would be Cedric Anderson. Both of them did a fantastic job defensively as Cedric was just closing up the middle, and it was just uncanny the way that Caleb Newsom was getting a jump on that ball, and he literally was going right past that tight end and making that back pick him up and disrupting everything that was happening. And, what a wonderful job by the defense that had a bunch of talented players over there, and they were able to keep them contained when they need be.
Absolutely. Hopefully we'll get to hear from Greg Armour on the stats. Now, last week, sometimes Greg pitches in, such a great guy. New people with the school's football camera crew, and he had to help them a little bit, but maybe we'll get him in a moment. Again, Ashley and Stephanie, what a great job. Scott and Brady outside. And, of course, folks, y'all don't know, I had to come over here for a little bit to check things out, mostly on my end. Gary and Paul were here early today, and I do mean early. What was it, 9 o'clock, Gary, that y'all were here? Something like Gary? 10 o'clock. They were here at 10. They spent a lot of time making sure you had this great broadcast. Please patronize our sponsors. I think Chuck Walker brought up a really good point about go by and at least try everybody once on that, because they have made it possible for you to get a free broadcast. It doesn't cost you anything to see and follow the Eagles all year. Last week, we were told we couldn't have any internet when we first got there, and later they told us, but it was too late. And sometimes jetpacks and things like that don't work right. But Paul and Gary and the whole crew, they do a great job of putting on. It make it easy for David and I. David and I get to have all the fun. They do all the work.
Yeah, and what a job they do. And the thing is when we'll sign off from this broadcast, they've still got another hour and a half, 2 hours work of tearing the equipment down and getting it put away. And I've got to agree with you and Chuck on that, Coach. And if it happens to be an advertiser that, that doesn't have anything that you need, or it's not a service that you need, there's no reason you can't stop in there, walk in the door, and find out who the manager or who whatever, and thank them for what they do and to be able to bring the broadcast to you, because this is what it's all about.
Did you know the Tower of Power, the man that's too sweet to be sour, just walked in here? We are going to give it to him right now. Here is Dave Wade and Greg Armour, who is note the word, the official statistician. That's not like the Ohio State. That's higher than that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I love when we get the W and Greg comes in and he's got the stats that we all have been waiting to see. And so this game plays out very, very well, and the scoreboard shows us getting the W, but Greg's fixing to tell us how we got it.
All right, for Jackson Christian, we had 12 first downs in the passing department. We was 20 attempts, completed 10 for 83 yards. Gage had 2 interceptions. Cooper Banky had 5 for 52. Jay Mosley had 5 for 27. In the rushing department, we rushed 31 times for 255 yards. 255 yards. Okay, Cam Boyd had 20 carries for 160 yards. Mosley had 3 for 13. Banky had 2 for 9. Gage had 1 for 6. Elijah DeMoss had 4 for 61 and a TD, and Cam had 3 TDs, and Jay had 1. We had 5 penalties for 50 yards and 12 first downs. For them, they had 16 first downs. They passed 16 times, completed 6 for 203 yards. They rushed 35 times for 157 yards. Their leading rusher was number 22. He had 24 carries for 111 yards. They had 9 penalties for 50 yards.
Well, and you know, at the end of the day, there was two very talented teams out there, 2 very good coaching staffs, and it was a very clean played game. There was no craziness that went on. You know, and the players got to decide this game. The officials, they were non-existent in this game until it was time to happen. But I'm really, really, really happy to see, you know, that the way that we executed the plays. Now we do have as anything is, there's a couple of things to work on. We can't throw the ball late over the middle. We obviously know that, and we don't want to throw it off our back foot. When we're trying to protect a lead and we know that we're in scoring position, but Mr. Boykin did a fantastic job, and that's what you learn as the season goes on. And I guarantee you, Coach Darby, the offensive coordinator, and everybody else will be in there, and that's what quarterbacks do. They learn and they learn their way through. But the greatest thing that happened was we held on to the football for pretty much, and when it was time to put the game away, we put the game away.
One other note, we had 3 fumble recoveries.
Well, and that's great.
Eli Craig got 1, Chilton Smith got 1, and Blake Rowland got 1.
Okay. And I know the coaching staff's probably getting word, but we did get word on Caleb Christensen. He had an X-ray and hyperextended. So the doctor right now, I'm sure they'll look at it all week, and the trainers will take a look at it. But right now, there is nothing that they are just super, super concerned unless something goes worse. So everybody keep Caleb in your prayers. But could have been a lot worse, and he's been looked at. And so now the trainers will take care of him, and we'll see what happens next week.
That's correct, yes.
Well, Greg, I thank you very much. I tell you what, we're really, 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 really just honored to be able to have somebody that comes in and at the end of the game, and we know that these are exact stats, and those are the ones that are going in the book, and they'll be in there for years and years to keep up with. You do a great job. We really appreciate everything you do.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take just a little bit of a break here. We're going to come back with some scores. Me and the coach going to talk about some things, maybe look forward to next week as we get ready to go through. So we're going to say from Jackson Christian defeats St. George's. We're going to take a timeout for just a minute. We'll be right back.
We are back here for the scoreboard wrap-up brought to you by Great American Sports, one of our great sponsors. Go by and see Ben at Wesley. David, you've got some scores, some final thoughts, and then I'll come back and wrap this rascal up, and it was a good rascal.
It was a good rascal, and I'll tell you what, we're going to start. We'll stay in this area. We're not going to go all the way up in the middle and east. We'll figure that out later on.
You mean no Dobbins-Bennett score? Moose will turn us off if you don't do a
Dobbins-Bennett and Daniel Boone. We're not going to know what they did. But I will tell you that West Carroll has defeated Gleason 33-24. Hardin County 44, Adamsville no score. Woo. Hickman County 6, Perry County no score. Humboldt, woo-wee. Humboldt 32, Hollow Rock Brewston no score. There's rough times in Hollow Rock.
Are the Vikings on the way back, sailing that ship?
I don't know if the Vikings are on the way back or Brewston is just struggling a little bit. But Huntington defeats Jackson Southside 41-13. Tough times out south right now. Have no score on Bolivar Central Liberty. Hey, here's the one, Coach. Joe Burns and McEwen. McEwen 36-14. That's in the fourth quarter. Chester County takes it on the chin to McKenzie tonight, but they do fight back. They were down early, big. Ends up McKenzie 49, Chester County 28. Fayette Ware 20-20 that was at the half against McNary. Obviously, that's done, and we'll get some kind of information on that. Gibson County 33, Stewart County 13. Columbia Academy 28, Waverly 14, East Robertson 41. Excuse me, White House Heritage 19. And then as we move in, Fayette Academy 27, Hall 7, Haywood kills Oak Haven 58-6. Beach 26, Henry County 21. That was a good ball game. Independence beats Tresvent 34-0. Covington 41. Jackson Northside, who is struggling right now, having a lot of trouble over there at the reservations, but they're going to try to get it together. Covington 41, Northside no score. Milan 61. Memphis Manassas no score. Lake County 38, Obion County 30. South Gibson 41, Memphis Westwood no score. And USJ falls to Union City tonight, 19-7, and Peabody beats Westview 26-13.
Well, Union City must have got their running game going, and again, we had to report that one of the USJ players, it came from a pretty reliable source, but to be safe in the broadcasting world, we won't go with it. Remind you that we get on the road and travel to Columbia Academy next week. Yep. That is Labor Day weekend. And for those of you that don't want to travel on Labor Day weekend, this broadcast will originate from Columbia Academy Stadium. It is a nice place. We'll be able to set up. Hopefully they'll provide us with some internet.
Well, if they don't, we're probably going to have a 50-foot cable that we can tie into the light pole out back.
Yeah. And if worse comes to worse, we'll use my iPhone because it does have a pretty good hot spot on it.
There we go.
But you can watch it, and like I said, it can be watched anywhere in the world. One of my friends, I'm sure he was playing a joke, but he informed me that the president of the Ukraine was watching this broadcast tonight. Hey! Now, I don't know if that's really true or not. As long as Vladimir Putin doesn't watch it, I don't want him watching.
Oh,
we got secrets that we want to hide from Vladimir. But we had a good time.
We can't show him our offense.
No, we can't. Darby Palmer and his staff, and we need to give them some credit. Will Reichert's your offensive coordinator and doing a great job with that. Rob Phillips, very personable young man, is the defensive coordinator. Brian Bullard, better known as Bull, is doing a great job. He coaching and working with linemen and things like that. Alan Irvin, who ran the football at Lambeth, but is also a great strength and conditioning coach, has a son playing, I believe, on the middle school team. Lewis Gillum does a great job. Josh Wyatt also coaching. Greg Armour, statistician and coach. Chuck Ray helps with all the sports here, coaches in the middle school also. And we've got a great field, a great program. I want to thank the administrators, including the athletic director, Jason Shelton. I want to thank St. George's staff. Very cooperative. And the people at St. George's provided with lineups and starters. And I would have had better stats tonight, I'll tell people. The air conditioning is working, but it got a little hot, and sometimes I rubbed out my own stats. The ink is on, or was on my arm a while ago, where I put down a sweaty or wet arm on the stats, and hopefully we give you. This was Darby Palmer's 32nd victory, which moves him. Last week's 31st actually moved him into second place behind Eric Cohue. And this 32nd victory of his here is very important because Eric Cohue has 38 victories. Brian Stewart is not the number 2 man, as some people think.
Yeah.
It is now Coach Darby Palmer. I know his parents were listening. Don't think the councilman, David Sisko, was listening because he probably was here tonight, but he listens all the time when we're on the road.
Yeah, definitely. And, Coach, I just did get this down in here, and here are some scores just to end this real quick that will affect us at times. You've got ECS defeats Trinity 44-22. North Point Christian bounces back from the loss last week. We handed them to beat Brighton 41-7. Germantown 21, MUS 16. That's a big one right there. Of course, our game, Jackson Christian 35, St. George 26. MASE out of Memphis defeats Harding Academy 46-0. Christian Brothers beat Sheffield. I'm not even going to say that score. Boyd Buchanan, they won against Davidson Academy. I don't see a Columbia Academy score. I don't know if they were off or maybe they played a public school and
They
they're
may have
not
played
in
last
there.
night.
Yeah, and
I will
it
have
could
to
have been.
check
And I don't see it, but at the end of the day, you got Chattanooga Christian 41, Mount Juliet no score, South Dole 34, Grace Christian 28, and at the end you've got Lakeway Christian Academy 48, Midway 7.
It's 10:18. Children, do you know where your parents are?
No.
And it is time to put up the little sign that we have, because we want you to see who the great people are that help bring you this broadcast, in addition to those fine sponsors. And we will tell you that any rebroadcast, retransmission, or further use of this contest without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios is prohibited. And if you don't think so, Paul will send Vito after you.
Just try it.
Yeah. Now, for the camera crew, and I was hoping we could get our last graphic up there to let you see. You need to see these fine people. Me pronouncing it does not do justice to it. And we need to wrap this one up. But we will tell you that on cameras tonight were Scott Tinker and Brady Larkins, also in here doing great replay, great production, Ashley Janda and Stephanie Janda. Of course, Gary was here. He was here most of the day, and we want to compliment him helping out, doing what he needs to do. And so, Dave, I'm going to say this for Dave Wade, who I still stay by, one of the greatest color men in America right now. He's a good American. And we may have to stand up and give him a cheer one night.
Thank you.
For here they are. The executive producer is the one and only Paul Schulze. And next week, Gary, I will have your name up there, or Paul, we will stick bamboo shoots under Paul's fingernails or something.
Ooh,
but
not
anyway,
the bamboo shoots.
Yes, we've had fun tonight. A big win, the happy final, Jackson Christian 35, St. George's 26. Thanks for your time this time. Till next time, good night all.